We're about to all die to monster mosquitoes.
Yay,
Indeed.
mosquitoes. Why are you doing this?
As you may recall from last time,
I recall nothing. Carry on.
sorry, just brain going off random tangent. The dragon vanquished, you harvested its body for what parts you desired, some of them being taken off by Stirges for Stirges' business. And made a swift journey westward back to Marston, turning in a book at the necromancer on your way. You had a brief stop where you met the marshal from the town of, I guess it's Silverkeep, before departing again from Marston, making your way eastward, flying as gaseous forms across the mountains and hills before you landed in a densely forested area not far from the Cave of Wyvern Tor. You sent a few of your party members ahead of you to scout it out, and once they found the location of the cave, they decided to retreat now to your camp, where you could rest for the evening, and then attack the following day. I believe during your rest, Sarah on first watch was alerted to the sound of buzzing of many creatures in the woods, attracted to the firelight of your camp in the middle of the woods. And he had just begun to raise the alarm. So you will find yourselves coming to consciousness, the sound of the buzzing of winged creatures growing ever closer. I may need each and every one of you to roll me your initiatives.
Alright.
We need the initiative tracker.
Indeed you do.
Okay, 20 it is. I think I have hair in my ear.
And it's likely to be the case, yes.
So, have we just rested, or are we about to rest?
You were about to rest. This is during the first watch in the middle of the night.
Okay, so we can use up resources. Jesus, that's a lot of these bastards.
I think we will need fire.
No, fair enough. Their AC is probably really annoying. Oh, wait, that's right. Pock has Fireball now.
We just need that initiative.
Yes. Oh, good lord.
Indeed. Let's see. Okay, I have 4 of you. I do not yet have a Zeb. I do not yet have a Tamer. And both of them are muted. Well, Zeb says he will be able to talk, and Tamer went AFK, so.
Zeb rolled his. At least he's on the turn order, but I'm guessing it's an old initiative because I don't.
Oh,
see
he
him
only
rolling
just
up.
rolled it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
So just need Timo when he has returned.
I'm going to be so amused if this battle lasts one round because Pock just fireballs all these things.
I mean, they're far enough apart that he can't fireball all these things, but he could fireball many of these things. Probably. I think fireball is quite large.
Indeed. I don't remember exactly. I think if it was like a 20-foot circle radius or whatever, but
Right.
it's. 1d20 plus 2. I'm confused.
That's for his angry cat.
Ah. Okay, I thought he rolled and then was tying that to an unrelated angry cat that he was experiencing in real life.
Indeed, this is quite confusing when he does have cats and sometimes are probably angry.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he has no means to communicate this with us if his cats are genuinely angry and attacking him.
Is this cat really that angry? Like, it is hard for me to imagine this thing is vicious.
Boy.
It's got those fucking eyes. It's the eyes. It's entirely the eyes.
It really is.
Let's just say that if it were an actual Moorbounder and not something that he had summoned, there's a chance it might just eat Pock in the middle of the night because he's the smallest. Or Droop.
Well, I think that's kind of it. It's got really big, herbivore eyes. So you don't really, which just look weird on, especially its face. Since it's set up, to be kind of like a mountain lion with binocular vision and all that, but its eyes are not doing that at all.
It's got goat eyes.
So is Pock just sleeping?
At this point, I'm beginning to wonder if he is.
Well, I mean, you could go to his sheet and just press the button.
I
You can
could.
do that.
Where is his sheet? Oh.
Holy crap.
Indeed, some of the Stirges rolled high.
That's not allowed.
I mean, it is.
No.
They're ambushing you, or at least they would be if they weren't buzzing loudly.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Let's see. Fly speed.
All right, come on and sting me. You know you want to.
So it is going to fly at you and is going to try to latch onto you. $14 no does not beat your AC.
They're rolling at +5 though, so good on them.
This one is going to buzz over here. And this one is flying over here.
Sorry, I was away for a moment. I think I was getting some kind of allergic reaction. Spots
Okay.
all over my body.
That's not good.
That
I
is
think
not
I'm
good.
fine, but I changed my clothes at least, the new ones, and took a shower. So
That's fair.
hopefully, if it was something from my clothing, it's gone now.
Hopefully, man. Aldor just rolled your initiative for you, so.
Okay.
It apparently rolled quite well. You can choose to take it or roll for yourself.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Says,
That 18 is acceptable.
Yes.
I think you should roll for yourself, see if you can beat it.
Ah.
After all that work you put into rolling it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I had to open his character sheet and everything.
Indeed.
I don't know how this works, firing, I presume, shooting arrows at mosquitoes.
Well, they're quite large mosquitoes, aren't they, from what I understand?
I believe so.
Sizable. Think like probably about the sort of size of, seagulls.
There's an image I didn't need in my head.
You have seen the seagulls here.
I know. Well, more to the point, now I'm imagining, mosquitoes the size of seagulls.
Yeah.
I thought mosquito hawks were bad.
Get off me! Get off me!
Ow, my head! I'm gonna shoot this in.
Okay.
No, you're not wrong, Sarah. These mosquitoes really suck.
Hey. Sorry, just gotta look at something real quick.
Yeah, their size tiny, which kind of covers everything from minuscule to like a couple feet.
Do I recognize them? What they are?
We get around to your turn. You could try. Let's see if you do.
Or I imagine they're not fireball proof.
They actually have immunity to fire.
So I would like to use Hunter's Mark on the one that I'm firing at.
Okay. Let me go ahead and put that on.
I have to imagine they have incredibly few hit points, but
Okay, let's go.
You would be amazed at how incredibly powerful they are.
Does a 20 hit?
20 hits.
Okay. 8 damage.
And as you let your arrow fly, it hits the body of the creature and just leaves a pair of wings fluttering down to the ground as the creature itself gets pinned to a tree behind it.
Excellent. I want to shoot that one now.
Okay, roll it. It will hit.
10 damage.
And you see it disappear into the undergrowth.
And then I'll shoot this one.
How many can you shoot?
3 now on the first round. Now she has 2 attacks base plus her standing plus 1 attack on the first round.
Yep.
Wow.
18 still good?
18 is still good.
Once she gets to the point she can get Swift Quiver, it's going to be really insane.
And you see it also drops to the ground, tumbling in the long grass.
Okay, and okay, and then I'm gonna move back over here because fuck them. If they want to get me, they can fucking come get me.
So, what do I roll to recognize them?
Say nature or intelligence.
14.
Oh. You recognize them as being Stirges. Tiny beasts often found in their swamps, or bodies of water, heavy wooded areas.
Okay. Can I figure out what they would be attracted to attack first?
Blood. They are
They're mosquitoes.
they are giant. They are quite literally giant mosquitoes. They like to attack living creatures, latch onto them, and drink their blood.
But wait, what if somebody does not have blood?
They might not really be interested in you.
It's fair. That's actually a fair question. How the fuck did the Stirges' whole blood drinking thing apply to Ruin?
I'm pretty sure I
Oil.
asked that when they first came up, but
He has liquid stuff inside him somewhere.
Possibly. I mean,
maybe he runs on magic.
If he was a wood ironforge, maybe he runs on tree sap.
we don't actually know.
I thought he
They
did.
haven't actually explained it.
Yeah, I would assume the Warforged did run on magic.
They are like sentient golems, essentially.
That was always my impression. Yeah, they were closer to sentient statues or whatever than robots.
Apparently, he's creating a minor illusion.
Yes, I'm creating a minor illusion of bloodied cow instead of the fire. The
Will they be tricked?
I hope their intelligence investigation is really high.
Oh, sorry, damn it, I forgot I need to do something. Where is Troop?
I need to throw the oven on. I'll be back in a moment.
Their intelligence, I think, is like a -2.
That's a good idea, though. I'm not sure minor illusion is enough to fool them. Thinking, how could let's see.
Well, don't normal mosquitoes hunt based on smell more than anything?
That's what I was thinking.
They smell the carbon oxide in the air of animals and are attracted by it. Then again, the entire campsite is probably smoky from the fire, so...
Indeed.
The connection has been interrupted.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Roll 20, why do you do this?
How can this happen to me? First thing I've been for. So yes, are you creating your illusion?
Yes.
My connection has been interrupted to my own server.
Yay.
So is mine, so I'm reloading. Yeah, everyone. It's roll 20. Go.
Curse roll 20. This is why we can't have nice things.
It's fixed for me. I just stayed in.
Yeah, it fixed for me too.
Yep.
It just needed a moment.
I just refresh the page. So, Make an illusion of a large bloody cow in the fire.
Yeah.
And you have moved to the far side over there, so.
Yes.
Anything else, or is that it?
That's it. Move, action. That about it.
Okay. Next, Stirge is all the way over here.
Hey, you see this awesome cow? Look at all that blood.
Mhm.
And it doesn't have a sword.
It can see the cow. There are other things between it and the cow. So it is going to come over. And it's going to try and latch onto Droop.
Not Droop. You're a rogue. Your AC is terrible.
If it latches on the troop, we can throw him in the fire, and that should solve that problem.
You're actually not wrong. That would actually probably be the best way to deal with it. I mean, Droop will take damage, but the Stirge will die.
And it is going to bite Droop, grabbing onto him and deal 5 points of damage to him.
You son of a bitch.
Droop is dying.
Droop doesn't have many hit points.
Indeed, somebody should probably do something.
But he can lay on hands.
Holy crap, that's right. He's only a level 1 paladin, I think, right? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get lay on hands of 5 points per level in Paladin.
Oh, it's base. Okay.
I'm fairly sure it's base.
I thought it was level 2, but I may well be wrong. I'm not a paladin expert. So.
We need a
No,
paladin
it's base. That's first level. Okay. It's Smite is the core paladin thing that's level 2.
Indeed. So Droop cannot smite.
Okay, so this is a slightly awkward situation, but when can I activate flourishes?
How do you feel?
I have to hit. Okay, have to hit a creature. How do I want to do this? Let's just take my weapon and poke this thing that's attacking me.
Okay.
I don't think I need any spells here. None that'll really help me. I take it that's a hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, so it is Stone Cold Dead. I don't need to apply dueling style or whatever, but I am going to spend a point of Bardic inspiration to do a slashing flourish.
Which does
6 extra points of damage to the target and all other targets of my choice within 5 feet of me. So I want this thing to be hit as well for 6
Why
points
would
of
you
damage.
do that to Droop?
All targets of my choice. This Stirge, not Droop. Any other creature of my choice that you can see within 5 feet of you. Excellent. That's what I thought. Now come at me, you bloodsuckers. Or, I'm tempted to back away so that they are, got the cow illusion, but I'm slightly worried about Droop getting swarmed. Because there's a lot of Stirges that still get to go before Droop does.
Pretty much all but one of them.
What did Droop roll?
He got a 5. For some reason, I put him in the initiative, and then he got deleted from it.
Alright, so I think I've got to stand here. As I don't want Droop to get murdered. I can tank these Stirges, but I don't trust Droop's pitifully low HP pool. And I think, so I guess that's my turn.
And maybe if they all surround you, then I can throw a fire.
That wouldn't be awesome, but, you know, do what you gotta do. Although if they all surround me, then I'm going to kill them all with Slashing Flourish, so...
Yeah.
Well, this one is going to fly over here. This one can go 40 feet.
Damn, if only I had Earthbind.
Oh, why don't you have Earthbind, Mr. Wizard?
Flies over here and is going to try and bite at Saroth.
See,
17 against South. I also think that is a miss.
I certainly hope so. I don't have access to a character sheet. Okay, yeah, it's a failure.
It's a failure.
right. Is Earthbind not a spell in this system?
I don't know if it might be a druid thing if it is. This one's going to fly over here and snap at the arrow.
Or it might be
20.
some other
Oh, wow.
name.
Oh, wow, that's actually a hit. Shield.
Why would you do this to me?
Talk to the hand, Bloodsucker.
Very well. This
Oh,
one,
it's in Xanthar's guide.
Ah, that makes sense. There's a ton of spells in Xanathar's guide, some of which are actually good.
Yay. It's a second level spell, that's why I don't have it yet. Because it's expensive.
Fucking wizard is so pay to win.
Yes, it is.
art.
You should go and see if Saroth will just inject some blood into you and go the sorcerer route.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Oh, you get to choose one creature with that bind. I thought it was area
Oh, yeah.
effect.
Yeah, no, that's. I was first thinking Phantasmal Force, which I don't have yet, but want to eventually. But then I was like, oh, right, Phantasmal Force only affects one target.
I don't know if Crystal thinks she's saying something because she is muted.
I forgot I was
I
muted.
assume from her roll she shoots something.
Yeah, I shot
Sorry.
something. I shot
Which one did you shoot?
this one. Because it hasn't acted.
Like many others before it, it too
cool.
will go splat.
Go splat. And now move.
You hit them with an arrow that's almost as big as they are.
Move there. And
Yeah, vasta taas get to act before one of us two is this one and this one.
because my stealth is gonna help so much. And go hide. Oh, I guess I should have back in the tree.
Yeah, maybe they'll get distracted by the cow.
Maybe.
It's always a possibility.
Or they just get squished.
Saroth.
Sarot strike. 12.
Is that a hit?
No. That
Extra
is.
attack. Crit.
Oh, he got his second attack. Awesome.
At level 5, I believe paladins do.
Also, yeah, I think that is a hit, and that is an incredibly dead mosquito.
I almost marked South as dead instead of the mosquito.
17.
As you cleave it with your axe, and there is just no trace of it aside from a large bloody smear.
I will ask you.
Ooh, fire breath.
He can't do both in one turn. Wait, actually, I think he can't. Wait, no, he can. Okay, yeah, these things are about to die, huh? Right, no, I remember. Yeah, it's bonus action now, so. Go ahead, kill these things. Huh?
What's
Which
the
one?
length of your breath?
I can't remember, was it 15 or 20 feet?
15.
15.
No,
Ew.
you won't be able to get.
Well, yes, it's short range and pitiful damage is a big part of the reason why, and the fact that it can only be used once per long rest. Part of the reason why it's an incredibly just underwhelming racial as presented in the book.
Oh, right. But you can actually hit this one. Can you? Yes.
Per the rules on cones, yes. He could hit the one that is next to me. He can't quite hit this one because his breath isn't quite far enough range.
You're gonna get toasty, the arrow.
No, well, I'm out of range.
And I
Because
believe they get a
radiant heat
dexterity
is
save.
You'd think it would be, but apparently it isn't.
Is it dexterity save for half damage or no damage?
Well, it said in his DC
Half
there,
damage.
dexterity
So
save.
they're gonna take 4 damage anyway.
Well, that dexterity save was for his axe. He hasn't said anything for his breath.
He said
I-
dex save, yes, half.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a breath weapon, so it's a dex save. Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother.
They have 4 hit points or less.
I believe so.
Even if they only take half, they will burn up in your breath.
I was reasonably confident that, just a basic hit from my slashing flourish would be enough to kill one.
Is that you already confirmed they had less than 6, so.
Yeah. Now we've confirmed they have less than 4. Or equal. Less or
More or
equal
less.
to 4. Yeah.
So, Ruin.
Ruin!
Except for this one. This one has 50 health.
No!
The super mosquito.
It's called Daddy Stirge.
Taking out his halberd, Ruin will stride to this location. And
Ooh, you can
he
hit
will
both.
attack this one.
The only real hilarious thing is, even if it did have 50 health, it, would probably not survive to the end of this round.
Halberd, silver.
It all depends on Droop. And his amazing
17 a hit.
damage.
17 hits.
Alright.
And it's silver. Doesn't do anything here, but I want to point that out.
Hmm.
And you keep it slamming it into the ground.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
extra attack kicks off, and I get to attack this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if Seroth has 2 attacks now, then freaking Ruin must. And I need to
Indeed.
wait until I get 2 attacks. I feel bad.
That one will actually manage to evade your strike.
Well, then I'm gonna have to use action surge.
Really?
We are about. I mean, you don't really
We're about
need
to
to,
rest.
but we are about to rest. So
Yeah, exactly.
And comes
Unless we get ambushed
away.
again within next 40 minutes, it's not gonna be a problem.
I was gonna say, you don't want to let the pug cat goat thing have fun squishing a bug.
There's this one.
Yeah, about to say the pugcat's gonna squish this one, and then Droop's gonna kill the last one.
I only feel bad because Pock had a really good idea and it didn't get to go off.
Yeah, well, there were only mosquitoes.
True.
Although, even if you fail, even if Droop also fails, that's also Sej, Pock. There are so many people that get to go before this mosquito.
Yeah. Well,
Someone's buzzed
that's
us.
the
And
mosquito
me.
done.
Yeah, Droop, Sej, Pock, and me all need to fail to kill this
Do you want me to
mosquito.
get that out, or?
Please do, yes.
Ruin did 10 damage to.
Okay, well, he's dead. Well, that's because it's a random encounter against a bunch of mosquitoes with like 4 hit points. So
Mm-hmm.
Should have brought out the big bugs.
I should have skilled
these
burning hand.
big bugs.
no, please, it's a random encounter. It's fine. Not every encounter is going to be a life or death situation.
Time to skill burning hands. No.
So that was that one. Now onto the Moorbounder.
Crush, kill, destroy.
That's plus 20 to hit. That's plus 6 to hit.
Wow,
It
pretty
will
good.
hit.
Ooh,
So-
they have AC 15. At least, or less. How much damage? 8.
It's dead.
Splats it into the ground. Let's see. Looking around, there are no more bugs. There is just one thing I must check.
Later, are we going to be fighting a billion more of these things?
No, he's gonna check if the Orcs are Ogres.
No. Droop is going for the cow.
Oh fuck.
Hmm.
Droop, no.
Droop needs to learn some hard lessons. Namely, that the fire that was there like 10 minutes ago that is now spontaneously turned into a cow is not in fact a cow.
Hey, he got woken up by being bit in the face, and then there's a cow next to him.
Yes.
It wasn't the cow that bit him though.
Why would you kill a cow?
So he's just going to try and reach out for the cow, and he's going to burn his hands a little for 5 more,
Yay!
which he will heal up when he sleeps.
Yay!
Song of rest, song of rest. Everyone enjoy a song of rest.
You can't sleep when you are singing. No way to do this.
My song makes rest better. It says so in the rules. So-
I would really love it if Ruin just fucking completely poker face Diero and was like, I can't sleep while you're singing.
God damn it. All right, what was it? I can use another spell, and well, I mean, doesn't matter. Long rest will be fine anyway, regardless. Here, Droop. When it gets through, there, you're fine. Now let's sleep.
Thank you, Batman.
I'm not. You know what? I need to give up on this.
I was gonna say, just give up while you're ahead. You're not gonna win the whole Birdman argument.
Why does the cow burn Droop?
Mm-hmm.
Because the cow is a lie.
Cow was always a lie.
Not a cow level.
Mm.
Yes, the battlefield has grown quiet. You can still hear faintly distant sounds of creatures in the night, little buzzing, but you can't hear anything coming closer.
Yay.
Well, I would anticipate that maybe the insects have learned from the deaths of so many of their comrades, but their intelligence is probably 2. So,
You take that back, it actually is 2.
oh, holy crap!
So if you'd all just taken a few steps back, many of them probably would have gone for the cow.
I couldn't leave Drew. He's probably, I don't know how many hit points he has, but it's got to be like, what, 15, 20, something?
More than you think, but also not lots.
He's a rogue, and he's level 2, and his constitution has got to be crap. Though he is a paladin now, so we really need to get some heavy armor for him.
Get him, cooking pot.
That's true. We could compromise the medium armor. That wouldn't. That would let him still sneak, depending on what focus you want to put on him. It feels wrong to not slap a paladin in, heavy armor, but when you're dealing with the horrific abomination that is a paladin rogue, I don't really know what to do.
He also, I don't think, can actually use heavy armor.
Yeah, he can if he's a paladin, pretty sure.
It's not on his character sheet. Unless, for some reason, this is wrong.
Paladin, proficiencies, all armor, shields, simple weapons, martial weapons. Yeah, but I was pretty sure you got the proficiencies of all the classes you had. Unless I've gone completely insane. Which is always possible. Oh, wait, no, hey. Holy shit, no. I am wrong. You gain some of the class starting proficiencies are shown in class. Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Paladin, you don't get heavy armor. If you multi-class into Paladin, you just get medium armor. And shields and simple weapon and all the other crap. But not heavy armor. So, okay. I guess they didn't want, this probably not rogue, but maybe, I don't know, wizard, take a single level in Paladin and then walk around in heavy armor.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's exactly, because that seems to be the only one that's excluded. Like, fighter's the same deal. They don't, none, multi-classing into nothing will give you heavy armor. You need to be a class that was that to begin with.
Yes, which means you start as a paladin and then multi-class into rogue.
That would be wiser, yes.
Unfortunately, he started as a rogue because he was a goblin.
Okay, so he'll be sneaking around in medium armor then. I'm sorry, Droop, you will never, have shiny plate armor like Seroth. But, I mean, you could theoretically get half plate like me.
Shiny armor protect troop?
Armor is helpful, yes, in protecting you.
Shiny armor protect troop from burning cow?
One step at a time.
And that's how mythologies are made from burning cow.
You fuck the burning bush, the burning cow that spoke to him.
Droop is an adherent of the burning cow now. fuck Saint Cuthbert.
I am skeptical that Droop is actually getting his paladin powers from St. Cuthbert, but I also don't really care.
My hand is so warm.
Is that because you're leaning on a radiator?
No, it's because I'm touching my head.
Is it
Okay.
transference now that you got less, protection?
Now we sleep, and then we raid the cave.
So you'll bed down for the night, getting a full 8 hours of rest. You're waking a little before dawn. I assume you maintain the rest of your watches, though you don't see anything else coming or hear anything during the night beyond a few woodland animals. You're awaken a little before dawn. The fire has burned out entirely. And you are ready and able to seize the day. Remember to
Stand on desks?
yes, actually. Carpe diem, Serge. I know you don't speak Latin, Serge, but carpe diem. 3 members of your party had already scouted the location of the camp of the Cavern of Woven Tor, and so they may lead the way back there.
And we do.
All right, yeah, let's all load up and follow our scouts to where all the orcs are, so we can kill them. They are guilty of multiple counts of being orcs. Yes. Am I so predictable now?
So, you journey in a northern direction for about 20 to 30 minutes before you start seeing the same cliff face up ahead of you that the others had seen the evening before. As you begin to approach, I will bring you across to the other map so you can see what you will see. As you go up to the last line of trees before you get to the area before the cave itself.
It's dark. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we got a couple watches, orcs, and a lot of black space beyond there that I'm sure isn't filled with more orcs.
Why would you think that?
There you go.
Are the 2 orcs the only ones that only sentries we see, or are the hidden ones?
You can make a perception check, so if you see any purple orcs or...
Purple orcs.
Yeah. I say, yeah, we try to make sure these sentries are the only ones first.
Wow.
Then if that's the case, then we go and we take out all the sentries and try to secure the cave entrance, and then we move on from there. Ideally, we kill the sentries so fast they can't sound the alarm, but we may not be so fortunate. Which actually is, that's a fair point. We should have our rogues go first, and our ranger. To maximize our chances of killing them without sounding the alarm. It may not work. They may have too much HP for that, but I mean, we're going to be ready to spring in anyway, so...
You don't see any other orcs outside the cave.
Did you know Fireball has a range of 150 feet?
All right, Hawk, you can join in with the opening salvo as well.
I'll probably just use the firebolt.
Indeed. I mean, technically, I could maybe do this as well, probably, because with it, freaking Eldritch Blast's a pretty long range.
So, apparently Zareth is hiding underneath his cat.
Or on top of, yeah, on top.
Okay, Zareth is riding his cat. His
Well, it is a mount.
Pagoat cat. Yes. Are the scouts scouting? Are you going forward to try and take out the watch?
Why would I?
Hmm.
I'm serious. Why would I move from here in the trees?
And it's more of are the stealthy people going to try and take them out without anyone else getting involved?
I mean, if we're launching a surprise attack,
You basically both get to fire off an attack at them and then roll initiative.
yeah. I don't know what Crystal's thinking, but I figure we both just take one each and just load shots into them.
That's
And then-
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well then, if you'd like
go
to see
right.
if you succeed.
Sure thing.
Hmm.
Before I do, I'm Hunter's marking this one.
Right,
I
should
wonder
probably
if creatures
roll
know
stealth.
they've been hunters marked. And yes, you probably should roll stealth. You want perception.
We're in the trees. Fuck you. Fine. Before we do that, I'm casting Pass Without Trace.
So, 30 on my stealth.
Yeah.
Pock has a
And-
15.
There we go. 36 on my stealth.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 35. I accidentally rolled that with advantage because I was already geared up to.
Droop is also stealthy.
Group has a 27.
Okie dokie.
I'm fairly confident that they can see Pock.
Except he's tiny. And he's got a 15.
This is true.
Alright, let's do this. 21.
Will hit.
So that's 17.
Alright, and Crystal?
21.
What was that hit?
And assassinate rocks. Yes?
Yes.
Yay! Okay, so now I have to figure out, so short bow, and then the sneak attack? Why is my sneak attack only rolling d6 instead of 3d6?
I don't know.
Because it's even listed as 3d6.
Is it updated in the damage rolls?
Like, on the global modifier, it says sneak attack and it shows 3d6.
I mean, when I roll over, when I mouse over it, it says 2d6.
Yeah, but when I'm looking at my character sheet, it says 3d6
Hmm.
extra for the sneak. So
Oh, there you go.
15 and 7, and it's crit, so I roll another 3d6 and a 4d6. Right?
Yes.
So 37.
15.
And yeah, she's right. I'm looking at it right now. 5th level for rogue sneak attack.
Yeah,
is
on the
3d6.
character sheet it says 3d6, but it only rolled 2 for some reason.
Anyway, do I need to fire my other shots?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So that's another 14.
You see the orc on the left takes 1 arrow in the throat, the orc on the right taking 2 in the chest as they both just fall to the ground dead.
There we go.
Well done, everyone.
Indeed.
Now,
Does anyone
Let's see.
come running out when they see them fall over?
See if they do.
oh
Hmm.
god.
You don't
Are
see
they-
any. You don't see any orcs. Don't see or hear any commotion from inside.
Are they doing those, like, advanced stealth game things where they have overlapping sight lines to each other?
Oh yes, definitely.
Well, so shall we advance?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We should. Let us secure the mouth of this cave.
And then fill it with fire.
That way, if they get alerted, we'll bottleneck them in the cave.
Yep.
Yes.
So Ruin and Seroth and the cat go first.
Watch out for traps.
I am a perfectly adequate tank as well.
Yes, true.
Yes.
Diero
Okay.
as well.
So, if I was trying to defend this cave mouth from enemies from the outside, I would place traps in this location here and this location here, between
That
the
is-
cart and the cliffside here, and these 2 cliffs here.
That makes sense. I feel like one of our expert trap diffusers, either Art or Ruin, should go first.
Oh yes. I will be on a lookout for traps, so if I need to roll perception, I will, or investigation. I don't know which one is to look for traps. Ow.
I believe for fighter expert trap, your trap detecting skill is to walk through an
Your
area.
face. Yeah.
Because you will probably survive unless it is like 100-foot deep pit.
Yeah, possibly. Well, I'm on a lookout, so hopefully I don't trigger anything.
And even if it is 100-foot deep pit, it's like 10d6. So the odds of you dying in a 100-foot deep pit is still actually quite low.
Yeah,
Right.
no, a sufficiently leveled fighter can still survive that.
Well,
Could
I went.
stealthy stay stealthy?
Honestly, no. Wait, no. What I'm thinking of, I was thinking of 100d6. No, 10d6. Even like Ruin
Yeah,
right now.
it's a d6 for every 10 feet.
Yeah.
So
So
Yeah,
you can
so-
fall 9 feet and take no damage. Yay!
Okay, so Ruin was fine, so I'm gonna follow him.
Stuck on the door.
All right, breach it, gas and clear.
Mhm. I
What's
only
that?
Posh back in the trees.
I need to double check.
Or staying still.
Actually, no, dark vision isn't really necessary here because there is a bit of light inside the cave.
At least in the first parts of the cave.
But yes, that's true. We're in darkness, dark vision. Right now, we may need light for the rest, but I'd like to. You'll see with my dark vision what the lighting situation is inside the cave.
I can see that far into the cave, so regardless of how much light is in there.
Unless there's a bend.
Yeah. So yeah, what can I see from this position? In the cart.
From that position, let me do a quick check. Let's see, fog, polygon. Because Diego also has some vision from where he is as well.
Mm-hmm. So would Droop, because don't goblins have dark vision?
Pretty sure they do, and orcs, pretty sure. Which is why I was uncertain if, it would have internal lighting in this cave or not. If they'd have like a
There's
fire
also-
or whatever to provide them with light.
There is also the one other thing with the orcs.
What?
Going back, it's an ogre.
Oh yeah, they've got an ogre.
Hmm.
Almost forgot about that. That'll be fun to
Party
kill.
going on.
Party, party, party. Yeah. Okay, I think we need to blockade the entrance and let them zerg rush us.
Are they aware of our presence?
I said
No,
Art was
we're not
staying
very
stealth.
subtle.
I said Art was
Yeah.
staying stealth as much as
Oh,
possible.
yeah, some of you are staying stealth.
Yeah.
The problem is people like Ruin and Diego.
Yeah.
Which
In
we're
minor
not
fairness,
here.
in minor fairness, I could go inconspicuously without stealthing by disguising myself, but I don't think we were bothering.
Mhm.
And it wouldn't make much sense for just me to make myself up like an orc.
I was gonna say disguise yourself as an orc.
Yeah, oh, I can do that. It's still humanoid.
Didn't we get a hat that disguises people or something?
Got a
You
hat
haven't really
that
done anything with
disguises
that yet.
people. Art can disguise herself at a whim. I think Piero can disguise himself.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we could just easily
Yeah.
replace
I
the
think-
Orcs. Yeah.
Anyone that
Oh.
wants to can roll stealth to see if you can approach quietly.
All right. Anyone within 30 feet of me still has
Plus 10.
a plus 10.
Yeah, okay, that's Ruin also.
I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Oh, 18.
Let's, where's my stuff again? Over there. 8 plus 10 is 18.
Holy crap, Diero is stealthier than I thought.
Yep, because that's actually a 26.
Mm-hmm. You there, Zeb?
And Art has a
You
37
moving up,
right now.
dude?
All right, Moonbounder, stealth.
Come on, kitty. You can do it. Do the stealth.
Kitty can stealth.
He can probably stealth better than some of you. See, Kitty can stealth.
It got a
Impressive.
crown at stealth. Plus 10. Nice.
You don't even hear the cat coming up behind you.
Mm-hmm.
In
Great, so that
fairness,
means that Art and I can shoot a couple of orcs before anybody else does anything.
there's meant to basically be a giant mountain lion, then that's what you'd expect. Okay, that's what I recommend. We use our stealth thing to have the fighters completely blockade, just move into position to completely blockade the bottleneck area, and have like Sej, Art, whoever else wants to fire off some projectiles.
Mm-hmm.
That way, there will be no way they can get at our squishies.
Are we still in enough time frame that I can transfer my hunter's mark as a... Yeah, we should be able to, because it lasts for like a fucking hour, doesn't it?
As long as you're concentrating on it, yeah.
I can't remember how long it lasts. You haven't sent the thing through in a while, but I think it's at least like a 10-minute concentration or
concentration up to 1 hour.
something. Okay, so yeah,
So
you
yeah.
can move it around.
Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna free action or bonus action, move it up onto this guy.
Since you cast it, it's been maybe like 90 seconds.
Yeah,
So you're putting it on this guy in the back.
this guy right up the back. Yep.
I'm going to try and get this guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Seroth is a bit of an issue because of how fucking big he is while mounted.
There's no hostages or anything like that we need to worry about.
Not that
Nothing
we're
you've
aware of.
heard about.
So if I cast a fireball and hit all of these, that's
You'll be
like fine.
Yeah.
That's called solving the orc problem.
I mean, if there are civilians and innocents, then we can just resurrect them with money.
Also true.
Yeah.
If I eventually, I'll be able to have Revivify.
I just saw
Anyway.
Zeb's
In another
picture.
level or two.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm doing 3 shots at the orc at the back of the cave.
The
doing-
Mork Bounder is big, but remember, an ogre has apparently gone in this place.
Indeed.
Don't forget the stop, police.
Okay, so you're firing an arrow. Or 2.
Bang! Stop! Police! Oh, right, wrong order. I always mix that up.
Right, so do I need to fire my 3rd arrow?
Trying to do math right now. 12. 3. No.
Excellent.
Alright. Art shoots her guy time. Peppa.
Suspect is compliant.
Crit
Usually
is
I'll
crit.
hit
Crit,
them in the head.
So which one did you shoot?
The
Me?
one at the very front.
This one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Roll for your crit damage.
She already
I
did.
already did because I got a crit on my advantage.
And I think that's the second suspect compliant.
I'm sorry, that's a bad shoot.
Ducking
You don't
point.
know. You weren't there, man. All right, fireball time.
An unauthorized use of a deadly force, I'm afraid.
I'll give you unauthorized use of deadly force.
So yes, is Pock using fireball?
I believe he is.
Indeed. We just need to not worry about, all the like huddle of women and children that are right over here.
As the
Right over here.
orcs have just noticed 2 of their numbers getting shot in
Fucked.
rapid succession.
Tathonk.
Okay, so where are you doing it, and what is the radius, Timo? Because you're muted right now.
It's 20 feet, and I'm thinking of throwing it in this square. Right
Okay.
Sounds
here.
good.
So it's gonna hit something like over here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, these,
Basically, if there's orcs in there, more than those 3,
don't worry, these orphans over here don't really matter.
Wow.
yes.
And you pull out your reagents for casting the spell, and you send it into the cave. Allow me to go ahead and roll some dexterity saving throws.
Well, weren't they technically surprised?
They are. They still get to make the roll. Disadvantage.
Hmm.
We were a band of peaceful raiding orcs. We lived out our days, and
A
everything
lot of
changed.
ones on the damage, sadly. It's only 22.
I can't remember. Is it 2d20 and then dh
What?
for dropping the highest?
Drop highest is DH.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure these orcs can easily avoid fireballs while you guys are doing cat's cradle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything changed when the gnome wizard attacked.
So let's see, from left to right. That is a fail, a success, a fail, and a fail.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it's half damage on the successful, so he takes 11.
He's only very badly burnt.
Are they screaming?
I mean,
And
there's lots of screaming. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that now, Crystal, so I can see.
Oh wow, and Pock rolled terribly on the damage.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, 3 ones.
Well, he rolled above average,
I did?
I think.
See, average roll is
86 is average.
Oh
is-
no, actually no, you rolled below average. I thought it
Yeah,
was
no.
66 for some reason.
Yeah, average fireball damage is 28.
Yeah. Looks like it was enough on some of them.
Well, yeah, fireball's fucking awesome.
As you see 2 bodies drop with arrows in them, followed by the screaming of burning orcs. One of them flailing around trying to put himself out as, the fire spreads along his chest and arms.
I'm just wondering why Droop didn't shoot. Droop, kill Steel. You got
If
line of
he
sight.
doesn't, I'm gonna let loose an Eldritch Blast as we move up to secure the bottleneck.
I'm just
Okay,
saying,
well,
Droop
Droop will
has line of
shoot.
sight. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Droop will hit.
Ooh.
Did have advantage because I thought he was stealth. Maybe he wasn't.
This is true. He does have advantage. He gets a crit.
Yeah, and his sneak attack.
Oh god, so let's see. 66. Am I getting that right? No,
his-
4d6. He's only a level 2
a-
rogue
yeah,
still.
He's still got 2d6.
No,
Everything changed.
he's got 1d6 for sneak attack and 1d6 for his bow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which would still be 4d6 because it's double.
Doubles.
Okay, so he's dead.
And he puts down the flaming orc. And now, as the screaming ceases momentarily, I'm going to ask you all to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yay! Initiative.
For clarity, I did state multiple times you're going to use our own surprise round, whatever, to secure the
Stack
bottleneck.
up here.
Yeah, so everybody
Awesome.
move yourselves.
Oh yes, the melee people, if they want to move up, can move up.
I was trying to figure out exactly where, because the problem is that while he's mounted,
it didn't
Seroth is fucking
add me.
huge.
Oh, because I'm on that one.
Although
I'll
Seroth
add
may
you
also-
in manually and you can do the number.
I just redid it.
Okay,
Yeah,
how do we
fix
want to do this? The fucking cat makes this awkward.
Don't make fun of the cat for being a chunk.
Blame the kitty.
I say as my cat takes up an entire section of my computer desk.
I guess if Ruin moves one step to the right, this might be ideal because I assume this is still navigable terrain.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, this way, there's only 3 spaces where something can actually get into direct contact with us. And no way they can actually get past it unless the cat dies. Then
No, don't kill the
maybe
cat.
I'm not sure if the cat dies if they can move, diagonally through this space, but
Cat would be considered celestial, so it doesn't just disappear.
Yeah, it just vanishes.
Mhm.
It's not from this plane, it's actually a being made out of light.
that wasn't, I did assume it wasn't literal light like a hologram, but it is summoned from the heavens or whatever to serve
Yeah,
as
if it
Seroth's mouth.
dies, it just goes back to its plane.
I assume no space, that this is the end, but yeah. Now we can go out and we can see things. And this fire suggests they do have an internal light source, so that's good.
Oh, wait.
Well, there's a lot of fire there right now. Like in this boat here. And...
Also true. Yeah, I really hope there aren't any hostages because they will choke to death.
Or they're already burning.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. How many rolls do I need still to make? 1, 2.
I have dark sight.
I mean, it goes to show that you need intelligence before you breach into a hostage situation, as we know from SWAT, because without intelligence, you don't know what you're dealing with.
Yes, but hopefully, these orcs and ogres don't have the ability to phase into their hostages. I'm not forgetting or forgiving that. That was total bullshit. Ghost orcs.
Indeed. Let me go ahead and reveal a bit more of what is visible.
It's full of folks.
Oh my god, it's full of orcs.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see how many more there are. A fair few going by the initiative order. But that's fine. That's why we prepare. Okay, so this chamber was pretty much completely cleared out. But that's fine, because they'll probably start coming to us.
Who makes a chamber that's the size of a fireball? That's just unwise.
So yeah, do they come to the sound of screaming, burning
40.
orcs?
Well, has everyone rolled their initiatives?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
And none of you apparently got very high.
Nope. It was kind of pants.
Okay, I think that orc is slower than the arrow. I need to roll droop.
Come on, Droop.
Come on, Droop. Crit.
Oh god, watch these orcs all come out of like some off-map side passage and flank us.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
from here.
We never looked for a side passage, so that's on us.
Yes, we should
No,
have followed Goblin Slayer's advice.
We did look. We didn't see one.
Didn't find any. So in their defense, they did look the night before. They did not find one if there was one.
Mm.
Indeed.
Yeah, there's like
So
arrow slits in here.
Droop is going to move
Oh.
up and choose to do nothing else as he's staying behind your little bottleneck. Let's see. Orc number 1. How fast can orcs move? 30 feet.
Ooh, fast boys.
Okay. Oh, this orc is moving over there. South. You're moving in a bit. On your mount, I'm guessing.
Okay. I guess we can do that.
I moved back.
I'm confused now.
Yes, if only he could speak to us.
Or we wait for them to come to us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Why
So we
wouldn't
know
they
if
come
it-
to us?
Because we've attacked them.
I mean, if they want to escape out the back of the cave somewhere, fine.
That is true. There is a risk. There's a way out. There's another way out of the cave that we just don't know about.
Mm.
But the assumption was they'd come to where all the noise was, and then they'd attack us. If not, then we'd start advancing.
Mhm.
I am slightly suspicious they just abandon everything that's in this cave, though. Well, it's not going to be a dragon's hoard. This is going to be where everything of value to the orcs are.
Mm.
So Seraph is readying. What are you readying, Seraph?
I seem to smack anything that walks up to him.
Well, you have to ready a specific thing to do.
Indeed. Yeah, I would be very impressed with the orcs' intelligence if the first thing they do is start running away. So,
Okay, that is a fair response. Ruin, I am guessing you are also waiting.
Yeah, sure. First round, wait. Ready action to hit, attack whatever like approaches me in attack range.
Pop.
Outrageous. 30 feet. Let's move a bit up. Move here. Can't actually see that. I can see this square. I will cast Minor Illusion and put a man standing in this square.
So right here?
Yes, in the square.
Okay.
Try to lure them out.
Okay. Says.
Mm-hmm. Readying a shoot action.
Okay.
So when can I actually use that? Is that as soon as they come into sight, or?
And basically, if you decide you're preparing an arrow to shoot,
Mhm.
if you see something you want to shoot at, you can just shoot.
Excellent.
You can essentially interrupt other people's turns to fire.
Nice. Okay, yep, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. 1, 5, 6.
Come on, big boy.
Still nothing in your line of vision.
Warriors, come out and play.
prep an Eldritch Blast as soon as something hostile walks into my line of sight. It's getting a base full of magic.
Okay. Let's see. Next orc.
I bet they are forming their own bottleneck behind the corner, and now we have opposing bottlenecks.
And the thing is that you don't know where they all were.
Yeah, no, I'm slightly concerned about. I don't really want to clear this cave if I don't have to. If they are doing that, that honestly isn't the worst thing ever. Since we are much better individual fighters than the orcs, if they tried to do this exact same tactic, it wouldn't really work for them in the same way.
I would totally want them to punch up into a really narrow space. All of them.
What is the intelligence check against your illusion?
It's my spell DC, so it's 16.
I'm sure they can succeed on that just fine. No. One, 3, 4. You see an orc coming out of this side of the cave.
There he is. Open fire.
So hang on, how do we figure out who gets to attack first?
Well, there will be ranged people before melee people, obviously.
Order of existing initiative.
Yeah, pretty much. So it'll probably be Sedge fire an arrow first.
Alright, no problems. Now he's acted, so I only get to fire twice at him, but I still get to fire twice at him.
You only get to fire once.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
If you're readying an attack, you only get one.
Bullshit.
It's how it works.
Lies.
Well, well, it might be lies, but I believe it.
Because you're spending your action to ready, and you're spending your reaction to attack.
That's some horseshit.
Yeah, there's that fucking feat that does that, I believe. Overwatch, I think.
Or I think some monk thing can give you multiple reactions as well.
Do I want to take that chance? Fuck it, yeah, I'm going to take that chance. I'm going to take a -5 penalty to this shot.
Ooh, power
To
shot.
sharpshooter him.
Will a 19 still hit him?
A 19 will hit.
Alright, he's going to have +10 to whatever my damage roll is.
He'll be fine.
That's a 20.
He's not quite that fine. He's alive, but very badly hurt.
Yeah, I think Diaro's gonna take him out.
Yes, he comes out and raises up his great axe and is starting to charge forth as an arrow hits him in the neck, making him stumble a little, but he is still coming at you as the arrow is going to Eldritch Blast, I believe.
Indeed, you are correct. That a hit?
That will hit.
Ooh, not a great roll.
Okay, going to the kitchen.
I would hope 29 kills it.
And he will stumble mid-step as he's running toward you and the illusion in the entrance of the cave and face plants and slides a few more feet.
Once again, talk to the hand.
Alright.
Oh wait, I forgot. I freaking How's this work now? Oh yeah, I get to do it twice now that I'm 5th level. I can fire 2 beams, so I need to remember that. So that
When
hadn't
you're
killed
ready.
What?
If you ready an attack by delaying, you only get one attack. I just explained this for Vaughn.
Yeah, but the spell shoots
creates-
2 beams.
Yeah, the spell creates more than 1 beam when you reach higher levels. 2 beams at 5th level. You can direct the beams at the same target or at different ones. Make a separate attack roll for each beam. It's not actually separate extra attacks.
Yeah, it's the same spell. It just creates 2 beams. It's the kind of the same thing as my fireball now does double the damage.
I am slightly concerned now that they may not be so eager to run around the corner, but I mean, Art can still ready. If they do, they'll wish they hadn't.
Ready? Ready what?
Your short bow?
Possibly.
Alright, we had a dawn right there. Let's roll how many charges I back.
Indeed.
6.
Is that for your wand?
Yes. the staff only had spent one, so it
So we get it
charges
back.
Yeah.
So trying to what to do. Because I can become invisible.
Yeah, you could go invisible and run around scouting inside if you want to. Can't stop you, but you will be more at risk there. Though the odds of them finding you until you reveal yourself by attacking are minuscule.
It's entirely up to you if you wish to go invisible.
I mean, I guess I'll hold my to prep an action with my short bow to shoot something if it comes into sight, but I doubt anything's gonna come into sight this round.
Could be.
Oh. Orc. 1, 2. Let's go ahead and roll. It's a very convincing illusion of a human. 3, 4.
I think that's where he gets shot in the face by a short bow.
Indeed.
Oh, do it.
Do it!
I like to imagine the orcs behind this corner watching the pile of orcs stacking up like cordwood the instant they turn the corner.
Well, well, to be fair, this guy got a few feet inside before he face planted.
25.
Ooh, nice.
That will hit.
Good, we're not dead yet.
See, now it's rolling to 3d6. 20.
He is very badly hurt.
Damn.
3, 4, 5, 6. And then he is going to utilize his bonus action of aggressiveness to charge forward to here and swing his great axe at your illusion.
Oh no, not the illusion.
Did Droop have a stored action?
He didn't. He just moved up and waited.
In hindsight, Druin should have had a javelin out to throw. But, oh well.
Yeah, we didn't know there might have been right here and he would have run right here, then only have a javelin.
Okay,
Well,
this
I
one.
could have still thrown it.
Yeah. I don't know how melee thrown weapons work in this system.
And you'll hear him angrily barking something out. Does anyone understand Orcish?
I know giant is comparable. I guess not.
Elven and Celestial. If you need to talk to civilized people, I can do it.
Droop might understand Orcish.
That's a good point, actually.
He would, yeah. Or he'd be more likely to.
Languages does droop? No. Droop doesn't speak Orc.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
That is not unfortunate because it would be useful here to know if they're saying like retreat or get in there, you maggots.
Or the last night's slaughtering numbers were 5, 25, 28, 16, 47.
Special props up to Jimmy. He really exceeded his quota here. Yeah. We keep this up. We are looking forward to a great fiscal slaughtering year.
Three, 4, 5, 6.
Hey,
Ooh,
buddy.
there's more of them.
Yep.
And he is going to come charging forward using his bonus action to dash aggressively.
He's not fooled by the illusion.
No,
Evidently
because
not,
the
but he-
illusion disappeared as soon as the other orc swung through it.
Does this them is really an illusion because things can pass through? It doesn't say it disappears.
Yeah.
It doesn't say it disappears.
But
if
I
something-
guess this orc saw the other orc swing through him, through the illusion, so...
Or the other orc shouted something in Orcish.
Yeah. Either way, this orc is running into Ruin's axe, halberd, whatever he has.
And-
Sword.
Sword.
Sarah.
Oh, right,
Axe.
I don't think Saroth's axe has reach. So
It does not. It's going to attack Ruin, but you'll be able to attack back at the same time.
Indeed.
Yeah...
So who rolls first?
Ruin has the...
Well, I think basically you'll attack simultaneously, so you'll both get your attacks in.
Yeah, but, do you roll first or should I roll first?
I'll roll first. So D20 plus.
I just realized there's a
21.
fucking boat in this.
Needed 22 to hit.
Oh.
He wasn't aggressive enough.
Indeed.
He was very aggressive for an orc.
Yeah, well, let me show you how it's done.
Oh, killing sword.
Oh yeah.
Actually, he
That's a
needed
hit.
23 to hit me, but so yeah,
Yeah.
I got 22 on him.
You will hit.
Indeed. 12 damage.
Said orcs face my sort of racism.
Mhm.
So racist.
That's just crazy racism.
And then the last person on initiative because they rolled like Saraf.
Thump, thump, thump. I think that's the ogre.
Are ogres humanoids?
No.
They're giants.
giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're giants.
Probably one of it's the smallest kind of giants, but still.
Mm. 5, 6, 7. And you can hear something thudding along through the cave toward you.
How close?
Well, echoing around the cave. Definitely close, definitely coming closer.
Okay.
Oh god. I can see an orc behind the corner. Right here. There's an orc. Shh. Tell him.
Nope. Group is going to try and kill steal on the orc that attacked the illusion. Okay, this is what Droop does.
Yes.
It's
He's a
alright.
girl
Shoot the
skills.
orc.
He kills steals from Art, and Art just tells him good job. And maybe he'll take more levels into Rogue than Paladin.
And he will kill the orc. As Droop does.
Yes. Droop does as Droop do.
Droop does good job. Droop help.
So let's see, orc. You have been told that there is an illusion.
I see.
One, two, three,
I'll just run
4.
through these heavily armed people, since I now know they're illusions.
And is going to aggressively charge forward.
Cling.
And is going to try and swing at the Saraf or the Moorbounder. 1 for Saraf, 2 for the Moorbounder. He's attacking Saraf.
Oh,
Pressure
right,
of the higher
Saraf's ready
ground
attack.
being on a mounted beast.
That is true. You will get to retaliate with your prepared action. So he gets a 25 and you get a 16.
Doesn't seem equal, does it?
No, but I'm pretty sure you both hit.
Yeah. $12 damage and 15 damage. Time to throw a lightning bolt.
So I
Right
believe
through
this one should
here.
actually be after you guys. Didn't really matter last round, but it does this one. So, Saraf, your response. Do you have a retort? As I just go ahead and quickly do his dexterity save. He does not save on his dexterity.
Mini dodge.
You're saying-
Dodge is an action he can take.
Okay. Yeah, I think everyone's muted for eating right now.
What's up? Did I need to answer a question?
No. That is most decidedly a hit.
Alright, you can use dodge.
He's still alive. That will also hit.
I just want to save your smites for the ogre. Yeah, it's dead anyway.
Oh. And you will cleave his head from his shoulders from atop your mount. Your noble steed. Ruin.
Right.
Do
Oh.
two attacks every round.
Well, unfortunately, I can attack only twice only when I'm making an attack during my turn, so I cannot delay again an attack when they come. So
Yeah.
I need to just kill this guy.
Yep.
Stab.
Hits.
Didn't need the advantage, but I digress. Then which is
11.
Yeah.
You run him through with Talon.
Yeah. And that's it, I guess.
And I was about to completely mess up the line from Lord of the Rings where the orc glows blue when swords are close.
Hmm.
That seems really detrimental if you're trying to stealth around orcs.
It's okay, the orcs are all wielding great axes. So, orc. 4, 5, 6. And I guess he's going to jump atop the pile of corpses. And I'm just going to shove these over here because it is just going to be a constantly growing pile of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to leap in and try to swing at Ruin.
It's difficult terrain because they have to navigate the wall.
Hide
The
behind
mound.
the mound of dead orcs.
Yeah. AC 23. You can do it totally. Hey, you did it. Look at that. Good job.
And he's going to go ahead and roll a 1 for damage. Oh, he rolled a 6.
Wow. That's really smart.
Ding.
I'm at 51. I mean, if he does that like
8 more times.
yes, then surely he'll defeat me.
Huh.
Hmm. I don't really have. I could throw out cantrips. That's about it. At this point.
Can you?
Or I could just make him laugh.
Yeah, that's a laugh. Laugh is a thing. I mean, you could put an illusion in this guy to make him look like Diero or Ruin. So when the guy comes around the corner,
Yeah, that's true.
they might make a mistake. A very silly mistake. I don't know if that would work.
Does it work, Aldo? Yes,
Sorry,
it
what?
does.
To make an illusion around someone to look like someone else?
Yeah.
Potentially. I mean, the person inside it obviously probably wouldn't fall for it because it's them.
Yeah.
But it could fool someone of low intelligence that was seeing it from the outside, especially if it was cast outside of their line of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy who's
this
being
guy is being seen, so I'm going to throw minor illusion on him and make him look like Diero.
Yeah. And because he already acted, he cannot warn anybody either.
Hmm.
He sees the illusion on himself, and he actually starts to believe it. That's what happens when you roll a natural 1 on your intelligence with a -2.
Indeed.
Maybe I am one of them. Search. There's now an orc in front of you, or there was an orc, but now it looks like Diero.
And
This
this is where
confuses Sage because he is a lizard with very little brain.
Diero gets an arrow in the back of his head.
maybe Kosh will let Zesh know that what's going on.
No, because Kosh is way back in the trees and he's not paying attention to what's going on.
He's eating a giant mosquito.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Sage is confused. There's 2 Dieros, but then Diero sometimes has big glowing wings, so Diero does a lot of things that confuse Sage. Sage is just going to settle down and wait for something else to poke its head around the corner.
Yeah, so ready a shot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Art will see Sage look between the 2 Dieros, then shrug, and focus back on the cave.
Just have to wait a million other turns for Art to be able to lean forward and whisper, "Shoot the one in front of Ruin."
One if Ruin looks over his shoulder. Okay. Orc.
My god, this guy has rats surrounding on his token.
That's because he is a master orc.
Master Orc.
Unfortunately, he's not really much smarter than most of the rest of the orcs, so he is going to come bounding out.
I went to Orc University to get
Oh,
get my
hi, Sej. Sej immediately gets
master's
to drop him.
degree on being an orc.
Well, Sage can try to drop him if Sage wants to, but first he is attacking this other orc. So let's see. As he takes a swing and hits.
You team killing fuck.
Kill stealing fucking orc. So minimal damage.
Wow.
As he just plants his axe in the back of this other orc.
Same team, you son of a bitch.
Right between the shoulders, in which point you hear from inside the illusion something that may have been cursing in Orcish.
May have been, but we will interpret it as, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?"
Well, Zesh gets to shoot, I guess.
Yeah, I shoot. I'm gonna take a chance on getting that +10 again.
Okay.
Chance on me.
Take a chance on me. Roll it.
Hang on a second. Whee. So that is still just another orc, isn't it?
A slightly fancier looking orc.
But still an orc.
Still an
He
orc.
went to Orc University.
Okay.
He has a cap on and everything.
Ooh, I don't think 12's gonna do it. Not with the fancy boy.
12 will not.
I tried.
You will see your arrow coming over the shoulder of the not orc and ducks out of the way. Yeah.
Okay. I feel pretty alright with the current situation. There's a lot of people still to go before they get to do anything. I mostly want to be ready for the
Ogre.
ogre, yes. So Okay, flourishes are not bonus actions, right? Yes. Flourishes are not any kind of action. So I'm going to use my action to have my eyes glow and sprout, brilliant luminous wings. And I'm going to Bardic Inspiration Seroth.
Let's see. Other orc. How is your brain working? Actually, pretty well, surprisingly. The first orc that's actually realized an illusion is an illusion before he stabbed it.
Yay!
I believed in you, orcs.
3, 4, 6. So it comes running out here and then is charging aggressively at South. With a critical fail.
Yes. Maybe I just should have put a flaming ball right here.
Hey, Tink.
Maybe next time.
Art.
Or
Right. So Art gets to be the kill stealer this time. And she's also going to say,
yes.
and she's going to lean forward slightly to say to Seraph, Sej, should have shot the one between the orcs. She's going to shoot the one between the orcs.
Very well.
Hoping to actually hit something. 11 does not hit.
Does not hit.
Ah, bonus action. I'm going to move. You won't out of line of sight there, but I'll move further back behind the cart and stealth.
Very well.
13.
Ogre. Technically 23.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think concentration on passive other traits may be gone now.
Yeah.
Is it?
She used Hannah's mark on something.
Who did she hunter's mark?
This guy way back here.
Oh, right, yeah. I didn't see the hunter's mark.
So what? Hang on. What do you say?
I'm fairly sure passive other traits also requires concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Pass without trace is concentration. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
I
can
just
have
didn't
both.
see. I didn't see the hunter's mark back there.
Yeah.
So, Ogre. 1, 2, 3. It's going to come lumbering out into view. And there are far too many people in the entrance to the cave for him to even try to get in there.
Unless he smashes the other ones.
Yep. And he can't really get through very easily. And there's a big thing, a big lizard on top of a big cat. So he's going to throw a javelin at it.
Oh god, the ogre is their back line.
Oh, he's not throwing it at the cat, Sarof. There is a lizard man perched on top of a cat.
Fireball time!
So it flings a javelin in your direction for 20 against your AC.
I think that's a hit. I assume.
It's not going to hurt that badly. It's just a javelin from an ogre. It didn't even crit.
Let's roll that damage. That could have been worse.
Just a javelin. It's about, 7 feet long. And then I think he lumbered, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So he goes lumbering back over here.
That's nice.
Droop is going to shoot at the orc that is currently right in front of Zareth. For 22, which means he gets sneak attack. For 12. And then afterward, he's actually going to go ahead and shuffle over there. The orc with an 18 of initiative is deceased. Zareth, you have seen worse days, my friend. I think you need to be more specific about Zareth. Is why do orcs hurt you so much? Everyone else is fine. You summon spiritual weapon. Oh yes. What was the form of your weapon again? I didn't actually make anything for this.
Choose the form of your destructor.
Okay, cudgel or mace. I'll come with something else later, but for now, this will probably do nicely. A big black cudgel just appears.
Where'd the ogre go? Did he run
It
away?
went back around the corner.
That clever bastard.
Mm.
So let's see, controlled by Zareth, your beat stick is now your beat stick.
Hit me with your rhythm stick.
That beatstick kind of like vanishes in behind the into the background a bit,
You
but
should be able to give it a glow or something.
I would, yeah, that would be nice, but I don't know if it's possible without like image manipulation.
Can you see that?
Yeah, it's whatever is the modifier for your spellcasting ability. So charisma, I think, for paladins.
Yeah, yes, it would be charisma plus proficiency. I think +8. So, yeah. So 14 against the lead ogre is a hit. Or not lead ogre, lead orc. So the ogre is not that smart, but he only carries 1 javelin.
Has he gone to go get more?
I throw javelin, I fetch javelin, I come back, throw javelin. Okay, yeah, because you can both cast a spell and then you can smack something yourself. So, what was the damage roll of your beat stick? Okay, those will both hit. So, roll damage for you and roll damage for your beat stick. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that was a damage roll. Wait, where was the attack roll for it? For some reason, I thought your 14 was the attack roll. Okay, that is a hit. So I don't think you get your proficiency added to damage. So your proficiency right now is 3, so it would just be a 1d8 plus 5, so it's 11 damage.
That is why I was asking whether it was a spellcasting ability modifier, so it is 1d8 plus 8.
Your ability modifier is just your charisma modifier.
Oh, okay.
Your spell attack bonus is your charisma plus your proficiency. And yeah, your battle axe will also hit. And that is yet another dead orc in the mound of dead orcs.
Sadly, I do not have reach to hit the next one. My turn's over. Cat dodges still.
Cat bucks you off and pounces at him. Ruin.
Indeed. Attacking this guy in front of me. Where's my sheet? There's my sheet. Die. 11 damage.
Definitely hits and definitely does 11 damage. Orc is still alive, though very badly, injured.
Well, too bad, because I have a second attack.
Why would you do that?
I do a spinny thing and fail to hit.
Indeed, even with... Oh, wait, is that with the +1 against orcs?
No, it is not with +1 against orcs.
It will hit.
Oh, it will? Alright, excellent. 14.
And as you do your little spinny flourish, thinking that you miss, and then the orc falls dead behind you.
Hooray.
So he is no longer in initiative. Park is up.
There's just this guy. Has he been damaged?
Yes. I just dropped something.
Guess I'll use Toll the Dead on him. So, Wisdom save will take 15 necrotic damage.
It's okay, they're great at wisdom saves.
Wow.
See?
Apparently.
Take 5 damage.
No, he takes no damage.
Damn it.
I think the one on the left is if they've not been hurt, and the one on the right is if they
Yeah.
have.
Yes.
He is fine. I wasted my natural 20.
Mm-hmm. You saved him
Stirges.
until now.
Okay, he's fine. He's fine. He's about to get Hunter's Mark, isn't he?
Yeah, I was muted, but yeah, he's gonna get Hunter's Mark.
He's fine.
Okay, beep. Come on, let's do this right. Nope, don't hit him with that one.
That's
But
a crit.
I crit him. Okay, and then crit on my Hunter's Mark as well. There you go.
Fine.
That's 23.
23. He's fine. You felt that one. Also, you didn't declare sharpshooter at the start of that, unfortunately.
I didn't, no. Which is a pity, because that would have really been good with sharpshooter, but oh well.
It would have been 33 damage, and he really would have felt that one.
Yeah, but it happens. No, I know I didn't declare sharpshooter. I chose not to declare sharpshooter.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't use it, I crit. I do use it, I miss.
Yep.
Do I kill this guy or go chasing off after the ogre and try to incapacitate the ogre?
I reckon kill this guy and we'll probably go after the ogre as a lump.
Indeed. Well, this guy gets to go before you do.
No, yeah, that's true. What's he gonna do?
I'm gonna move the pile of dead orcs out of the way, because it's a pile of dead orcs.
Stop. Let us take a moment to bury our dead. The sword fight.
And he... What would he do?
I don't know. You've seen everyone he ever loved and cared about get brutally murdered in the span of like 20 seconds, so...
Let's see. Well, he is just going to charge forth, because he is an orc. And orcs do orky things. I see how you feel about free javelins when you also get a free great axe to the face, Seraph, because they keep on wanting to attack you. But this one's not going to hit. I think you mean thank Cuthbert.
All right. For the sake of just going ahead and ending this, I'm going to swoop around and stab this orc in the back.
With the advantage.
With the advantage. Not going to use hex or anything like that. I assume that's a hit. Okay, so that's going to be rapier damage plus radiant soul plus dueling style plus I'm going to flourish.
He's fine. Hang on.
That's 25 damage.
And you will stab him through the heart from behind.
Indeed, and that is an extra plus. That's a defensive flourish, so that's +4 to my AC until my next turn. And since I haven't actually cast a spell yet, going to use Healing Word on Seroth. Be healed, my friend. The fight is not yet over.
I choose to believe that Healing Word is just yelling, "Get better!"
You have recovered from half a javelin's worth of damage.
Since, yes, I am like 90% sure Healing Word is a bonus action. So
I think it is.
yeah, bonus action. It's Cure Wounds. That would require me to dedicate a full action. So, yep.
And I think heals more, but it's also touch.
Yes, it's touch. In regards to full action, it does heal more wounds, but we don't have time for that right now.
You don't have time for you to touch the paladin.
Well,
there'll be time for that later.
More to spend an action doing it. I have got stuff to do than just spending my entire action healing people. If I wanted to do that, I'd be a life cleric.
This is true. Why we have art going now, unless you wanted to move further with the rest of your movement.
You could move up a bit and get us some more visual into the cave.
Indeed. Somehow I don't think you're going to be this thing that the ogre focuses on, if he can even be aware of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the ogre's all that's left as far as we're aware. Which, granted, shouldn't be ignored. He's an ogre, he's not nothing. But the fact that we've dealt with him separately from all of his fucking buddies is definitely going to help us.
The fact that you blew up 6 of them and he rolled a 0 on initiative also helps.
Yes.
Helps a lot, yes.
Is the arrow moving anymore, or is it my turn?
That's true. Technically, I guess what was it? Can I keep moving? I thought I had to... Oh, I can keep moving?
Yeah, you can interrupt your own movement to do things.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I've got 40 feet of movement now because I've leveled up. And that's part of College of Swords. So I could go up fucking here, I guess, and see about this. Because I'm quite happy with the ogre attacking me.
Yeah, let's go ahead and reveal some of your vision then. Give me a moment.
I mean, I can tell he's right here now, so I think, yeah, I'm going to base him so that he's got to fly up and, get in his face. All right, you want to fight? You start with me, You just try to hit me, ogre.
You're just inviting the crit, aren't you?
I really am. I am going to get crit, and then I'm going to die.
So,
But if you... I am staking my life on a 19 out of 20 chance.
that's pretty much it, isn't it? Because you're... I think even if he gets like a 19, you can just shield and have like an AC of like 29.
Yes. He needs a crit, or he will not hit me.
How much does an ogre weigh?
More than you.
More than a duck?
Yes.
Probably more than the Moorbounder.
Actually, I guess what was it? I'll base myself over here. Leave a little more free space down here.
Does it weigh more than 500 pounds?
I think so.
They're over 1,000.
No, they're at least 600 to 700.
Ah, okay.
I'm thinking giants, aren't I? Yep.
Yeah, you're thinking giants. Ogres are like 9 to 10 feet tall usually and weigh about 600 to 700 pounds. Giants are bigger.
Yeah.
But yes.
Bet you're not used to people being on your level, are you, ogre? Poking you in the face.
So yes, what are you doing, Art?
I am going invisible and
Smart
dashing
idea.
into the cave. Dash. That's about all I think I can do.
So going invisible was an action.
It's, yeah, I think. I don't know how racials work.
It's spelled. It's said in the thing, but it's I'm. Do. Let's find out real quick.
'Cause it
Tiefling,
says-
tiefling.
It's just in the thing I have.
Yeah,
it
just
just
yeah, cast it normally, and
which is one action.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's the normal thing. It's in invisibility, so it's one. It's one action for you to cast invisibility on yourself.
And then you'll be invisible for up to an hour.
Mhm. And then I dashed in.
Since you're a rogue and can do that with your bonus action.
Mhm.
Indeed. So now it is the ogre. It has retrieved a javelin, but now there's a birdman in its face.
Yes, Birdman.
God damn it!
You keep fronting against these enemies with wings on, man.
These enemies that usually, whenever you front on them, have an intelligence of 6 or lower.
It's because I'm an angel, but they keep calling me bird.
Giant feathery wings.
I'm trying to figure out an icon
They
for
are-
like invisible.
They are luminescent and incorporeal. Fair enough. No, I don't expect the ogre to know what an angel is.
Should have had leather wings, then people would have called you Batman.
No, they would have called him Deflator Mouse.
Okay. Would you really prefer it if I was a fallen Aasimar and I was being all edgy and brooding all the time?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'd kind of like to see you actually play that straight-faced.
Ninja Master.
No one understands me.
I'm double
They don't
naked.
see that the world is a dark pit of despair, grime, and cruelty.
I mean, you're already halfway there. So it's going to see. It's going to take a swing at you then, because you're right there. And does not crit. Doesn't even come close.
Holy crap, yeah. I almost feel bad now.
And then it's going to get angry.
Come on, ogre.
It doesn't actually have any effect. It's just getting angry. Throwing a slight tantrum.
Mhm.
Droop.
Get out of my swamp.
What's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, concede the arrow. So Droop is then going to go ahead and just dash over here. Can't see Art, just, sitting in the middle of a burning room.
See the ogre trying to swat at Diero like an annoying fly.
And he's going to shoot an arrow at the ogre. So let's go ahead and fire an arrow. We'll hit the ogre. Sneak attack does 9 points of damage, and Droop is the first person to hit it and hurt it. Well done, Droop. Practically won already. So,
Dude, it's not like this thing probably has like 150 hit points or something.
oh, it could one-shot him.
Oh. No, but that's the... Yeah, no, the ogre I know can one-shot Droop. Saying the ogre probably has like 150 hit points or something.
I'm not going to say.
Time to cast sleep. Oh, wait.
Cast sleep, the arrow passes out.
Damn you, Park.
It's the lowest health creature in range. The spiritual weapon is a hit.
I stab at the.
What are you breathing?
I was about to say, spiritual weapon benefits from dueling style?
Why not?
No, that was the thing I was wondering, like, I guess that very technically kind of makes sense, though it feels like not what the rules intended.
No. Ride your steed into battle.
Although,
It's ignore dueling.
yeah. No, I know. Oh, no, wait, no. Actually, no, it doesn't jive with it. Yeah. Dueling specifically, wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons. So since you're not holding the spiritual weapon, it doesn't count. So. Though I enjoy that now in every major fight, we're going to have a disembodied mace going around, whacking things.
It could be worse. It could be a disembodied lollipop.
Does the spiritual weapon provide, advantage for flanking?
No, it does not.
Oh.
Because there's not a person.
What if Ruin was to go here and pick up the weapon?
What is
Also,
the question, Zeb? There's like a rock wall behind him here.
You should probably expand out the.
Yeah, well, let me just go ahead and make vision more clear as well.
I like how much the cat has increased Saroth's mobility.
Can you see better now?
Yep. one bit here, but
just clear out this tiny bit, and then there you go. Hello.
Smite.
Don't worry, the ogre will be fine. Sarah will miss. Nothing can possibly kill this ogre. Nothing can possibly ever go wrong again.
Yeah, second level smite.
17, huh? Oh, shit, that still hits ogres.
Even if he missed, he's got that bardic inspiration.
He does, yeah. So it should be like, what, a d6?
Yeah, still a d6.
Yeah, that's true. But guiding strike you have to use beforehand. I can't tell you if you miss. Yes, you have hit with your smite. That's a lot of smite. It's okay. It's fine. As long as you don't do that again.
I call there's the actual damage the weapon is doing, and then all the damage from the freaking divine smite.
So I do need to roll ogre dexterity. I'm sure he can pass this because his dexterity is amazing. Isn't that right, ogre?
Quick question: the ogre doesn't have any major metal on him, does he?
Hit metal.
No, he's not really. He looks like he's wearing some sort of crude-looking leather armor that's probably made out of the skins of animals and/or people. Several skulls and bones adorning him, and he's wielding a giant wooden club that is effectively just a bit of a tree trunk. No, Zeb, you cannot smite twice in one round. I'm fairly sure casting smite is a spell. Smite is not a spell?
No, smite's not a spell.
It just uses a slot for one. It doesn't actually count as a spell.
Yeah.
I think you probably could then.
Unless it says once per round.
See, Mind Smite. When you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can expend a paladin spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target. Blah, 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 blah. Damage. Yeah. All it says is whenever you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack.
Yeah. I can smite twice.
Yeah. Basically, as far as you know, and that is concerned, it shouldn't house rule it. Smite is a finite resource because you spend the spell slot, but yes, you can do it multiple times in a single round of combat. Because you're choosing to sacrifice your spells to do it.
Wait, paladins have spells? Spell slots are purely for tracking how many smites they still have.
Paladins have loads of spells, like
Also, yeah, Bardic Inspiration. I was counting on this. I figured we want to make sure Seraph hits as much as possible because he's the one that's got the smites.
D6.
Still a D6. I haven't improved it to a D8 yet.
Well, it is most decidedly a hit. That is a very, very painful smite. Okay, he is fine. He will survive this. He's going to go on and have loads of ogre babies. As long as no one else attacks him, it's fine. And just look at that face. You wouldn't want to hurt that ogre, would you?
No. Yes, actually, I do. But I'm slow.
You're still faster than him.
This part where, what was it, Pock fireballs this whole situation.
Well,
Yes,
he has to wait for
fireball, yeah.
Ruin to kill Steel first. If Ruin fails to kill Steel, then Pock can fireball all of you.
Yes. Ruin will move through here and here and occupy same space as this hammer. Actually, he doesn't have to. I'll just go here and use my...
You are so technically flanking because the cat is huge and is flanking.
Yeah, that's
fair
it.
enough.
The cat's also occupying this space, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna use Fighting Spirit if not, but not necessary. Alright. Let us attack.
Yes, the cat is huge, the cat is friendly, the cat is flanking with you.
Does the ogre count as orc?
No,
Okay, fair enough.
it is
Giant.
giant. It is not orc, it is not humanoid.
But if it's a giant orc, well, no, I'll attack.
It's not even
No.
green.
Bam!
It doesn't matter.
Jesus.
It's like, I mean, this is basically the dragon all over again. Like, he gets in one good hit and then just wrecked.
No, I think you'll find that he got Shrek'd.
No, Ruin will come up and walk up to the ogre and then he'll pull his arm back and stab it in the stomach.
Ogres are not like cakes.
That's 13 damage, I think.
Well, no, it's 12 because it's not an orc.
Yeah.
Oh, right, not an orc. I'm an idiot.
Not an orc.
It's an orca. Wait, no. It's still standing.
All right.
Have ever been?
Well, then I will also. I had an advantage, but it didn't matter. So
Yeah, so I say, do you want to roll again and see if you get a 12? Oh.
yeah, maybe I don't need to. So here comes the second attack. 19, in which then Ruin will, while he has stabbed the sword into the ogre, he will drag the sword across his stomach.
Oof.
And here's some damage.
Indeed, well, you've already told me how you're doing it, so you extend your blade into it right up to the hilt, and then slice it across sideways, gouging a large cut out of the guts of this ogre. As its intestines spill out onto the ground, it falls to its knees and then slumps backward dead.
I
Da-da-da.
don't smell bad on the outside.
Da 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 da.
Don't spill your beans. Did I do it
I
right?
No, I think you needed to hit him about 2 feet lower to get him to spill his beans.
Look, let's just calm down, guys. It's all ogre.
Look, it's
Now-
not ogre till it's ogre.
Why is Deanna now upside down?
Because I don't know. Was it somehow I managed to grab a hold of the
The
thingy?
little thing extending off the top and twist.
Yeah.
All right. Let's clear the rest of these tunnels and take stock.
Agreed. I assume we're probably pretty clear because these orcs don't really seem like they're smart enough to lay an ambush.
Nothing else has come
Impromptu.
running out after us.
I'm still invisible. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Anything good?
The invisible art fucks off to begin looting. You have no idea where she's gone.
Ooh, fly. Okay, so anything interesting?
Give me investigation. If you're looking around for things.
Also, glowing blue eyes.
Don't need this. I do need this.
The sight of heaven. Definitely heaven.
Nothing attracts your gaze. At least nothing magical.
Not even art.
Well, yeah, I did double check that. Yeah, unfortunately, my Eldritch Sight will not allow me to pierce invisibility. So.
Yeah, you have to specifically have detective visibility to see something invisible. Or true sight. Or I guess tremor sense also technically can if you're touching the ground while invisible.
What about echolocation?
If you could point out a ruling for that in 5e somewhere, I might allow it. Okay.
No, I'll argue the physics. How if the invisible guy can hear things, then the echolocation will also reflect.
He's not wrong, actually. Yeah. One, they both have to be true. If while invisible you can still hear anything, then echolocation must be able to detect you.
Unfortunately, all invisible people instinctively kill bats on sight.
That's kind of like the same thing as can a person with invisibility cast on them see because their retina no longer catches the eye.
It's also that yes, that is also a relevant question.
Yes.
I think we always just kind of ignore because otherwise invisibility doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm fine with echolocation.
Well, it's like it also depends on the version of invisibility you're referring to, because invisibility in D&D terms literally makes you magically transparent so people can't see you. Invisibility in 40k terms just makes it so they are incapable of perceiving that you are standing right in front of them.
Yes. Well, it's really the first one that we're talking about. The what's effectively a form of telepathy is much easier to justify, the kind they have in 40k or Star Wars or whatever. Whereas, indeed, just actually becoming magically transparent creates issues because if the light is passing straight through you, then the light isn't hitting your retinas.
It's actually invisibility is actually a magical illusion where it basically manages to magically conjure whatever is behind you to be shown in front of you.
Yeah. That would still work on echolocation.
Anyway, yes. Art and Park, while looking around, you find that there is, for some reason, a boat in a cave.
Yeah.
About
on fire.
A boat on fire in a cave, about 3 days' travel from the nearest reasonably sized source of water.
I guess the ogre was one day planning to retire at sea.
I think he fell overboard.
Jesus Christ. And there's a small cavern that presumably had been the ogre's resting pit full of bones, which is quite clearly visible down there.
I'm about to be smoted.
Yes, looking around, you find in this area of the cave, there's a number of barrels and things full of, well, some food in various states, from edible to slightly rotted, mostly empty kegs of probably ales. You do find a small chest, a small coffer stashed away in the back of the cave there, amongst some of the barrels and boxes.
Is it locked?
It does not appear to be locked.
Is it trapped?
Is it also
I
trapped?
mean, it's probably not. It's
Um,
probably not, but
That's like, you rolled a pretty high investigation. Doesn't seem to have any traps in it, and it wasn't locked.
Okay. Well, the second I touch it, it's going invisible, and I'm opening it. I'm still invisible.
Well, it's not the second you touch it, it's invisible. If you pick it up and carry it with you, it becomes invisible. Otherwise, the ground would turn invisible because you are touching it, technically.
Sure. It's inside.
And
They just see a chest open.
Otherwise, it would get very awkward. It's like, I'm going to go ahead and go invisible and just go ahead and sneak through this door. And as soon as you touch the door, it just disappears. It was like, now I'm not sure how open it is. Yes, if you open it up, it's full of coins of varying values and 3 small vials.
And I tell what's in the vials.
Perception check. I'd say because you're actually right up there looking at a perception check with advantage.
Okay, let me roll again and see what we get. 13 still there.
Don't look like potions. Just having a quick look at the vials. They actually seem to be vials of perfume.
Hello, perfume.
So yeah, there's 3 small vials of perfume. And looking through the chest, there are, as I said, many coins of differing values. I'll actually give you a quick write-up as what you see in there.
How big is it, just like sizably?
I'm trying to think sort of scale, so 2 feet long, foot deep, foot tall.
I guess I could stop being invisible if I wanted to. I'm just having fun. I'll stop being invisible. Okay. I'll write that down.
Okay. I think we need to start cutting off some orc heads and getting ready to make our way back. And an ogre head. We charge extra for that.
Mm.
So were these the only Orcs in the area? The ones we were supposed to kill?
I assume so. That's where the ogre was.
Weren't there supposed to be 2 ogres, or am I stupid?
I remember one ogre.
Just two. Just the one, because the other giant thing that was sleeping was probably the dragon.
Orcs and ogres, orcs and ogres.
What was the map that Droop drew the other day?
The castle.
Droop drew a castle map. Birdman has from map many times. Droop say can draw a map.
Yeah, okay. So that castle does not have orcs for us to kill and cash in more orc heads.
Droop not know of orcs in castle.
Yeah, okay.
What is in the castle?
Yeah. Droop see many goblin. Bugbear. So I was trying to count on his fingers and just quickly sort of runs out of fingers. Just holds up both hands like goblins more than this many. And holds up 6 fingers and says, this many bugbear.
Oh, that's
All right.
nice.
Maybe we can convince Townmaster to hire us again to deal with these.
We can try, but on the word of a goblin,
He's
I
not
don't
a
know.
goblin,
What
he's a paladin.
goblin? What goblin? Art's gonna drop that on Droop's head. He can be a gnome. He could be like Pock. He could be a small child. He could be whatever he wants.
fair
I
enough.
believe with the hat he can be one size bigger, but I digress.
Yeah. He could be my height. Very small human.
Also, some hobgoblin.
Most fascinating.
Oh, and Lupo's pet.
I didn't catch that. What was that?
Lupo has pet. Big, angry, scary. Droop, stay
Okay.
away.
Alright. Who's Lupo?
Lupo is like well, Lupo is goblin, has powers like Birdman.
I see.
Ah, goblin wizard.
Yes.
Yes,
Lupo,
yes.
Lupo in charge of goblins, and King in charge of Lupo and goblins. Lupo has pet. Feed bad goblins too.
Where is he?
Lupo?
Yes.
Lupo's at the castle.
I guess we should go see if the town master will let us clear this threat out before it becomes a bigger problem.
Well,
I don't
it's a wizard. Wizards are bad news, especially goblin
Yep.
wizards.
Don't say that around Hawk.
Do you
That's
think
really hurtful.
Droop's not sure if Puck is good news? Puck caused big explosion.
Exactly. Droop agrees.
And Droop learned yesterday, fire bad.
Fire indeed bad.
But I digress. I suppose we should go back and deliver the heads.
Um,
Yeah.
Was there anything else in the cave other than the chest with the money?
Hmm,
No magic items.
nothing magical. There's some like damaged or broken open barrels and crates that have food of some of it rotting and starting to go off, and then there's like some almost empty barrels that probably had some sort of ale or beer in them.
Beer, 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 beer.
I think more than likely the orcs, if they raided people, didn't really care much for their possessions. They just like to attack people for the sake of attacking people and took their money if they had any, as well as food and drink.
Okay. But is the chest big enough to stick in her coat pocket of Heidi everything? Or
It's probably a bit too
big?
large, really.
That's fine.
Like, it's not necessarily too heavy, I think, for the pocket, but it is quite bulky.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did you put the other box in one of your pockets?
Oh, you mean the
The box with the cube.
that one?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
the
locked.
cube.
Or did you leave that back at
It's
town?
in her pocket and
Well, I think
locked. I thought because I locked it back.
I honestly couldn't remember what you did with it.
I made sure to say I locked it back. I locked the box back and wasn't messing with it.
oh, from what we know, it's probably too dangerous to leave unattended. It's like the question is, do we want to leave this unarmed nuclear warhead in the tavern?
You don't know that it's a nuclear warhead. You have no idea what it is or what it does.
I mean, it was
Exactly.
a metaphor. Well, we didn't find out it was like an heirloom something.
Heirloom cube, which
An heirloom cube.
Indeed. Whatever that means.
as much as I want to press the one golden button facing on it, I haven't. It stayed locked and it stayed in her pocket.
No, you want to.
I really do.
Must push that button.
Like,
Well,
if you've ever
buttons were
seen
made
all
to
the
be
different
pushed.
challenges of don't push the button, this is that. How long can you last without pushing the button?
We will see. But it's still in her. Yeah, it's the little. Because you'd say it was a very large box. So I assumed it could fit in the pocket. And she
The
had
box,
locked it.
like I said, the box was roughly that contained it was roughly about a foot cube, whereas the cube inside of the box was about an 8-inch cube.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've stuck javelins in the pockets. That's why it's like it's hard to. If it won't fit in the pocket, please tell me.
The quote-unquote Rubik's Cube would. The coffer you just found won't.
Right. Okay. Proper fine. Can carry that.
Yeah, and that shouldn't be a problem.
Anybody want a boat?
I guess. You put some wheels under the boat, and it's a cut.
This is also true. Round and- yeah, pretty much. But we need to get back to town. Get paid for this orc problem, and also get Sage Shine Van fitted with jewels.
Indeed. Yep. Let's gather up all the heads because we know the town master was very eager to get a pile of orc heads.
Right on his desk.
Yep.
Please don't.
How else will he know?
What about
How
the...
else will he know that thing's been coming?
Well, you said orc heads. What about the ogre? Take the ogre head, the ogre hands, ogre
No,
fingers.
we're bringing the ogre head as well. I'm not sure it'll, his desk is big enough, so we may have to use a lot of the extra space in the office, but we'll bring him. We'll get all those heads he wanted.
No. Just bring the whole ogre back. Just lash it up to the back of Minnie. Minnie drag it. We're good.
Yeah, if we can do that, I guess. But either way, yes, let's just go ahead and do that. Yeah, since there doesn't be anything else of value in the cave, gather up the heads, get them all in a bunch of giant sacks, and let's head back to town.
Indeed.
Works for me.
Let us do the thing.
Need to on the way back, stop by the half orc. Bren? You stop by his place.
Oh yeah, that guy. I guess we can do that. And I'm gonna lose my wings at some point. Boo.
After like a couple minutes.
Well, a minute. It only lasts. The damage I do keeps scaling up, but it always lasts only 1 minute.
Need to work on that stamina. Yes, you make your way back heading westward. It's a good few days travel. It passes pretty much without incident as you make your way back toward Marston. Making your way past the ruined town of Thunder Tree, where now lies a slowly decaying corpse of a dragon.
Just kind of wave in the general direction in case our druid buddy sees us.
And carry on past the small copse of trees with a pool in the center, and past the ruins of old our well. And after about 2.5 days, you're coming up toward Marston. It's almost been 3 days, and you can pass in the stretch of road where you remember Bren's little wooden shack being a little way off into the woods.
Okay. Is it still there?
It's still there.
Okay.
You're not going to cut his head off too and claim it's another rock, are you?
No! Remember when we left Brands after she got all the information? She had talked to him about making armor specifically in droop size.
Darling,
is correct.
your microphone is picking up Crystal when she talks.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is. But...
Only Crystal?
I don't know, I'm the only one talking. And it's not
There we
picking
go.
it up now.
Yeah, it was just echoing there for a few minutes.
That's because I'm on push to talk now.
Fair enough.
I will immediately forget that I've done that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Probably,
will.
yes.
Yes, you requested some new armor to be made for Droop, I do remember.
I did remember that. That's why I said I wanted to stop by his place. Whether or not, anyone else tries to lop off his head, that's their own thing, but she's just here for business.
As you make your way back to the shack, you can't see him not working outside anyway. It doesn't seem to be some signs of life coming from the.
Okay. Alright, I just gotta knock on the door then. Is this where Alpha forgot? Okay, he
No,
did it.
I was just thinking about responses. Yeah, if you knock, you'll hear silence for a few moments before hears the sound of someone setting down some tools on a bench, and then after a few moments, the door crack open a few inches, and you can see one of the eyes of Bren poking out around the edge, peering at you before he recognizes you and opens it up wider.
Ah! Hello. I'm glad you recognized me and I didn't get a crossbow in my face.
Don't know if I was expecting you back quite so soon. You had said almost a week before, but have your order ready.
Yes. Is Droop with me?
And Droop has followed you down to the shack and is just waiting a couple feet behind you.
Yes, Droop. Nice man has made armor for you. And I'm sure Droop's just thinking about the fucking flaming cow at this point.
The bloody flaming cow. Droop getting new clothing?
We can get you, Yes. Yes, Droop getting new clothing. If it is already, Ron.
When you see, Bren steps away from the door for a moment, you can hear him, telling something before he comes back with some, tanned and quite fairly well made looking, leather armor. Might not necessarily be as good as some of the stuff you may find in the city, but it's a damn sight better than what little guy's wearing right now.
Arch is gonna look at Droop in the ragtag robes we've had him in this whole time and say, yes, much better. And she's got to look at the craftsmanship and say, and honestly, better made than a lot of the armors you would find in cities.
I'm just glad to see it will be appreciated. Was my advice helpful on the road?
It was actually quite helpful. That sleeping giant thing that you'd been rumored to hear of in Thunder Tree. Dragon.
You don't say. I'm glad I gave that one a wide berth then.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry too much about it now. The spiders, maybe. There are any still. And you were right about the ogre as well, but those are all taken care of. So hopefully the forests around here will be a little less hazardous to work in. With those out of the way.
Well, next time I see the prospectors passing through, I'll be sure to pass the word on.
Right. Is Droop happy with his armor? I'm imagining that he has no sense of what manners are, so I was expecting he'd probably already stripped out.
Oh, yeah, he's just stepped a few feet away. He's just, taking off his, like rags and bandages and is, already, like, pulling the armor on over his head and cinching it up tighter.
So, how much do I owe you for the work?
Yeah. Ain't much, and so, he cuts his head to one side and says, just call it 10 gold and fair.
Okay. Oh, I'll pull out 15 gold and hand it to him.
I'll take it from you. Oh, thank you kindly. It's most generous of you.
Honest work is honest work. And worth due payment. She's, even if, other people don't see the good works that people do based off what they are versus who they are. She's gonna give Droop a nice little pat on the head.
And he finishes sort of looking at the armor and is like sort of trying to move around, sort of stretch since it's new leather armor. It's a bit tight.
He's got to break it in.
Is the troop feeling stronger already? But stiff. Can't breathe.
Give it a few days, Droop. It's gotta loosen up to you wearing it. Then it'll be comfortable. Almost like a second skin. That you can take off.
He sort of, sort of seems to think about this for a second before nodding in agreement. It's like, looks up at Bren like, thank you, and turns and starts running off back up the hill toward the road.
Thank you again, Bren. If you get word of any other situations and we're in the area, feel free to I believe we'll still be around here for a little bit because we're going up to out of character. We're going up to the castle next, which is still in this area.
Well, if I happen to find a way to get in touch with you, and if I learn of anything else awry on the roads, I'll try and get a word your way.
I appreciate it. Till next time we meet, you have yourself an enjoyable day and a very pleasant business.
You take care of yourself in your travels, miss.
She'll flash him a smile and nod on the way out the door.
He'll give you sort of a quick cat wave, and you, as you make your way away from the house, you hear the door shut behind you.
And I could just imagine see Droop kind of toddling in his ouch tight armor fall. But at least now Droop has armor. Granted, it's light armor.
It's better than what he had.
It is definitely much better than what he had.
It is in fact better than nothing. Oh,
Because when I had gotten this leather armor, like I went for it to be made, he hadn't taken his level of paladin yet. So this'll work. He's got armor. But now we can go back into town with the ogre stuff.
Indeed. You make your way back to the road and continue your journey. Only another hour or two before you're making your way down into the town of Marston. The town, like the last time you left it, is definitely a bit livelier than it had been previously. There's more people out on the streets now that the bandit issue has largely been purged. And with the return of more Crown's Guards from the west, it seems like the townsfolk feeling a little bit more secure and returning to more usual affair.
Excellent. We're making things better.
Indeed.
We're helping.
We are stimulating the economy by killing things.
Yeah, I mean,
Exterminate this.
I think that's pretty much how adventurers work.
Indeed.
It's okay. We will not be distracted by our adoring fans.
Mm.
Did we take a short rest on the way back?
It's been you've been traveling for like 3
3
days. You've taken multiple long
okay.
rests.
Yeah, okay. I'll just max out my
Well, unless anyone
Stop.
stops us, we're going to see the town master.
Well, making your way there, though it doesn't seem to be a new marshal, but it's only been about 3.5 days.
Yeah, we solve problems quickly.
You see the same sort of mousy-looking woman sitting at the desk outside of Wester's office.
Oh, there. We're here to see Town Master Wester. Is that good? Okay, sounds good. All right, we'll just be seeing ourselves then.
Actually, he did say that he wasn't to be disturbed if you get. No.
Oh, don't worry. We're never a disturbance to him.
She sort of, looks over you all and say, just.
I mean, he's probably nothing.
As far as I'm concerned, you've done a lot of good around here. Just see yourself then.
Ah, thank you. What's your name?
Sandra.
Sandra. We're all happy to be appreciated.
Cassandra.
Cassandra. Ah, please forgive me.
She sort of smiles a bit sheepishly at you.
All right. And open up the master's door.
Right. We shouldn't be impolite. You should knock first before you open the door. Immediately.
But then it wouldn't be a surprise. Fine. I'll knock, rap on the door.
Yes, come in.
Oh, thank you. Nice to have an invitation.
Exactly. He can't complain anymore. He invited us in.
Town Master Wester, what a delight to see you again.
No, not you. Of course, welcome back again.
I can tell you're already filled with joy at our triumphant return, but, I think that joy will only increase as we give you the good news. Heads.
Lots of
Heads.
them.
No. I told you, if you brought back proof of orc killing, I did not need to see this.
14?
I'm sorry, you really should have mentioned... Oh, I'm sorry, you really should have mentioned that before we dumped all these orc and this ogre head into your office.
All 14 orc heads and an ogre head.
Indeed. We expect extra for the ogre, by the way.
Well, I mean, we could give him a discount. I mean, he is a continuous customer.
This is true. All right. We won't charge extra for the ogre. You have no need to thank us. It's just the way kind of people we are.
So just charge for 15 orcs instead of 14 orcs and an ogre?
Yeah.
Really, you're getting an incredibly good deal here.
I think he's very green in the face right now.
Yeah, it was like if you're, dumping a load of orc heads either on his desk or on the floor in front of him, he's sort of, holding one hand in like a fist in front of his mouth, and you can see him sort of, swallowing a few times. I'm fairly sure I said multiple times, bring back proof, but you don't have to bring it to me.
Really? That doesn't sound like you, Town Master. Anyway.
I appreciate your efforts and the work you have done on behalf of my town. However, please get rid of those.
Okay, let's...
I guess we'll throw them back in the sacks.
Back in the sack.
He goes over, let's pour himself a drink and downs it, and then swallows hard a few more times. Yes, I was promised payment for dealing with our orc problem, especially for evidence of their activities. So, as far as I'm concerned, you have proven that the deed is done. So, speak to Cassandra outside about your payment.
Excellent. Well, under normal circumstances, then, as soon as we receive our payment, that would seem as though we've resolved all the major issues in your town. And having no more reason to stick around, we would be on our way. Under normal circumstances. Because you see, Town Master, while we were out solving your orc problem, we became aware of a certain situation that we thought might be of relevance to you.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
A grave and existential threat.
This region seems to be plagued by these things, these threats.
This is what happens when you don't hire mercenaries more often and you let the problems just fester.
What problems do you think we have?
So you've heard there's a castle nearby.
Somewhere in the area stands in ruins, I believe.
We've heard that it's occupied by a sorceress goblin, head of a considerable goblin army that maintains some great monster and its denizens. They're growing in strength, and in service to, we believe, an even greater and more dangerous sorcerer.
King Gar.
You've heard the name.
That was Droop.
Oh. Yes, as the squire says.
Yep. What squire?
Hasn't taken oaths yet.
I see. And you believe this castle of goblins to be my problem?
It's on your land. I mean,
Maybe
sure
not today, maybe not tomorrow. Soon, and for the rest of your, which will be admittedly soon.
We have killed pretty much all the other threats in the area that otherwise could have threatened it. The bandits, the dragon, now the orcs. So when and if they decide they get the numbers to go out and raid and pillage and burn, there's really not going to be anything to stop them from going straight to your town. Now, of course, if you think you don't require our services, that's quite fine. Maybe you seem like a very astute man. Maybe you can negotiate with the goblin sorcerer and come to some kind of arrangement. I'm sure your townspeople take it very well when you inform them that you have bought their safety with a tribute of people. Especially when they also hear that you had some very generous mercenaries available who have proven themselves time and again, offering for a mere token amount of gold to solve this problem ahead of time.
Out of character, he might actually be considering negotiating with the goblins if he doesn't have to deal with us anymore.
No. Well, that's why I'm painting a picture of him getting lynched.
Look, I don't know anything about these goblins or if they're a threat to us. I'd heard nothing of such things, but we've also had dwindled numbers for our crown scouts, so there's not been as many scouts throughout surrounding areas recently. Perhaps if you give me a day to seek my own counsel, and then I may give you a response on the matter.
As you wish. We can certainly linger in the town for a day. We're in no great hurry to be elsewhere. We'll see you again tomorrow, and I'll happily take your answer. And I fully believe in your wisdom to discover the right course of action.
Just
Since the people do, after all, hold you responsible for all the decisions you've ever made.
Should have become a miller.
should have become a lot of things. Please get those heads out of here. They're starting to smell.
Sure thing.
Honestly, rotting orc doesn't sound much better than doesn't smell much worse than living orc, but
We do have a stop to make. Well, after we, of course, see Cassandra. Yo, don't forget.
Yep. Alright, step outside. Alright, Cassandra, that was a most illuminating, helpful meeting we've had.
I hope he doesn't feel too flustered afterward.
Oh, it's a lot to take in, but just between you and me, be sure you don't tell anyone else, but there is another grave threat to the village that's arisen.
What? What
can't-
kind of threat?
Ooh, magic, monsters, dark things, but fear not. We have dealt with such things before, and I am quite confident that the town master will give us his approval tomorrow to afford it. We are asking after only a very minor and reasonable reward. But if he doesn't, then well, I suppose the town will have to live with that decision, and you and all your friends and all the people who live here. But I'm sure it won't come to that. Now,
I don't know if I should ask you to make a deception or an intimidation check.
I'm not intimidating her.
Aren't you?
No.
I'm not.
Well, I'm not stating facts. So
You're not deliberately intimidating her.
I'm not threatening her with my presence. I am, suggesting that terrible things will happen if the town master doesn't do what we want, and all of your friends and family will die indirectly. It's more
I
of
think
a
I'm gonna ask for a
deception.
deception.
Boo.
Well, I mean,
So you're trying to convince her, but you're definitely sort of
Scaring
trying
her.
to sell it with exaggeration.
Yeah,
and trying
twisting
to scare
things
her.
and twisting and slippery sloping it. A lot
Oh my.
there.
Okay. Oh my. However, will I deceive people? Oh yeah.
Quite
like that.
solidly. She's looking a bit sort of deer in headlights at the moment, not sure what to say in response.
It's okay. It's okay, Cassandra. You have the word of Diero von Domine. I won't let anything happen to you. first off, before we worry too much about such dark and terrible things, there is the small matter of my compensation for several days hard work protecting the innocent and hardworking people of this town.
Art is going to cough and say, "Your compensation."
Our compensation for our hard work.
Oh, yeah. Yes, of course.
We have 15
We
orc
want to
heads.
see orc heads.
We have 15 orc heads in these bags. You're welcome to count them, but I wouldn't dare impose that upon you. It seems quite It seems a bit unsightly and, well, rather rude to expose you to such horrible things.
That's fine. 15 orcs, you say?
Indeed. As said, I believe you understand that my word can be trusted.
Yes, bounty on the orcs was set at 50 gold per head.
Really? Should have gone hunting for more. Oh well.
Have you anything else to report?
Oh.
My friends, is there anything I've forgotten?
Let's see. There is the matter of the ogre, Ed.
Well,
we already said we'd count that as an orc, though.
Yeah, discount. We killed a bunch of Stirges, but that was not part of the deal.
Nah, we can't. We're not gonna get paid for Stirges.
Yeah, and we are not altering the deal.
We never did get paid for the dragon.
Right, we do not alter the. Wait, we're not. Okay.
We never got paid for what?
The dragon.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Well, that was we were supposed to go somewhere else to get paid for that.
Yeah, that's in some other town, apparently.
That's if the...
You were given a signed note by a sword swap on to go to the Herald in the city of Ancrad, and you will be rewarded. Actually, no, it wasn't from the sword swap. It was given by the Marshal of Silver Keep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't think we can really press that further here. So.
Other than all the ash zombies and all that, no, I think we're good.
We're not part of the deal.
Nope.
So that's 750 gold pieces.
Yep.
Seems more than reasonable amount.
Well, if you said you had an ogre, that's 150.
It is our pleasure to defend to defend this town. We couldn't, in good conscience, take so much gold from you. But if you are going to insist like that, then how could I refuse you?
If not from Wester, then it's a good faith payment from the people.
Uh-huh. As said, how could I refuse you? And certainly I cannot refuse the good people of this town. That's math.
Yeah, where is troops cut?
Are we gonna need to cut the cat in as well?
The cat doesn't know math.
Neither does Droop.
Do we have to pay taxes for this?
No, I'm pretty sure that's like the great thing about being an adventurer. All of your income is tax deductible.
So I assume
True.
since we haven't sold anything, the leftovers would be Droop's cut. And then once we sell things, we can just to be fair, and so Droop can go buy a shiny something, even though he has no concept of what money is. The different denominations.
We'll be stopping by here again tomorrow to meet with the master over that affair that we're not going to tell anyone about. So we'll be staying at least one final night in the good inn.
In that case, then, if Wester for any reason wishes to see you sooner, I'll know where to find you.
You will indeed. Come, I say we retire for the evening and enjoy some nice warm beds and a good ale.
What time of day is it?
Time of day. Sort of mid-afternoon.
Okay.
I think
Well,
like sort of 3-4 p.m.
there's the matter of need to go by into the actual marshal's office, get all the other stuff out of the marshal's chest that we stored in there. There's a matter of selling it, and there's also the matter of getting Sedge his Shine band and taking it to the jeweler to get the gems in it.
Yes, I suppose we need to do that as well.
I mean, that doesn't need too much attending to. You can probably just sort it out later.
2 hours and 50 for each level of the spell. Okay.
So technically,
How
I
much
guess,
was the? How much ink was left? I think they were running low.
I think you bought the last of it.
Yeah, could be.
And they said they probably wouldn't have any for at least a week.
it's been
Well, I
almost
mean,
a
Yeah.
week.
if there are like,
It's been about 4 days.
Oh right, he did it on our way.
Actually, no,
to...
it's been yeah, you did it briefly when you stopped over, I think.
Yeah.
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 After the dragon, so yeah, it's been about 4 days.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if there are like other spellcasters in town, you could go and ask if they are willing to sell whatever they have left.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Just save money and buy stuff in the next town.
Gotta buy it in bulk for several years. You get to get that shit cheap.
Yeah, I wish it worked like that, but it's it has to be the component need to be worth 50 gold. So even if I get more, I need to buy 50 gold worth.
Oh, all right then.
Yes.
That's the economy, I guess.
Yeah, like stuff need a pearl that's worth 100 gold pieces. So if you get a discount, it doesn't work for the spell.
Well, I mean, if you get 2 pearls for that cost 100 for 90 each, because you bought 2.
No.
Okay, that might be too difficult.
Yeah, how does the cost of components work if you get them like bulk or wholesale? Does it have to be the retail worth of the components, or?
it depends on what the components are for.
I mean, like, if you're talking about the fucking pearls that need to be worth a certain amount.
Yeah.
And say you could get them wholesale and you get them for like 25% off or something like that.
Yeah, but the real value is still 100, like it needs to be for the ritual.
Generally, you would pay the value of what you wanted.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're saying that wholesale doesn't exist in D&D.
I mean, it might in the right place if you had the right contacts and they liked you enough. But at the same time, how often are you going to possibly be buying like 20,000 gold worth of pearls, each worth 100 gold?
But I mean, if they gave you a deep discount, would that affect the magical worth of the component? That's my question.
That you're getting into a weird sort of philosophical debate with the laws of magic and gods. It's like, well, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to my god here because I need to spend 300 gold worth of diamonds to bring this guy back from the dead. But I got a good bargain and I picked them up for only 250 gold. So is this enough?
Yeah, but you could then sell them further on for their full value if you don't resurrect somebody.
No, that's the thing.
So the inherent value of them is what you could get in market value, not necessarily what the wholesale price is.
You're still arguing semantics, and you have to debate that with your deity or whoever is providing you with your magic abilities.
Okay.
What if you don't get your magic from a god?
I would assume that is a direct, like, one-to-one retail market value thing of whatever the general retail market value of 300 gold or whatever the amount is in diamonds. That is the amount of diamonds you need.
It's like then basically from older versions of D&D, you would have a miscast chance on spells. If you use something that was weighted at being a lesser value than what was required for the spell, you would have a miscast relating to the direct relative value between what you paid for it and what it's supposed to be.
So pay full price for your diamonds.
So you can't get like wholesale, like industrial diamonds, for example.
I don't know that industrial diamonds really exist in D&D.
Well, I mean, surely not every diamond in D&D could be 100% flawless jewelry quality diamond.
The magic.
It's a magical fantasy world, darling. I can do what I like.
I'm just saying that the market forces have a lot of bearing on whether you can cast magic or not, from what I'm hearing.
Yes,
I'm just saying, here I am God. If I say something is wrong, it is wrong. Unless someone can pull out a rule book and point out to me where I am incorrect, in which case then I probably am wrong. But,
We didn't sell the whiskey earlier?
No,
No,
we
still had it.
we didn't sell anything earlier.
Yeah,
Time
you
to
sold
make
basically
lots
nothing.
of
You literally
money.
just stopped by, picked up a couple of things, and fucked off.
Well, I mean, this whiskey, I'm not sure. It was pretty rare.
I
think
remember
it
it was over
hanging on it.
100 gold, but I don't remember exactly because it was an old, very old vintage.
Yeah, it comes from the booze country, I think, to the north, and it's very old, so it has value.
I just never wrote down the value on it.
Honestly, you're making me forget the details of it, but it was something like 30 or 40 years old, and I think it was a 40-year-old vintage that was quite rare and hard to get and quite valuable. It was something like 300 gold.
Yes, so it might be worth keeping around if you want to give it a gift to somebody or something who doesn't appreciate, who is not bought with money.
But to basically answer your question, darling, yes, wholesale is a thing, and yes, wholesale could be done, and potentially Yes, you could wholesale buy things for slightly cheaper and use them as components for things. But at the same time, in order to do things wholesale, you would have to have a lot of capital to throw around. And I'm talking like tens of thousands of gold. I mean, you could basically buy your own castle.
So what we need is investment partners.
Well, for that, you need a name for your mercenary group.
But we haven't invented a name.
So at the moment, if you do decide to actually also start up a musical troupe, you could be the DVD players.
Yay!
Considering he does view himself as the de facto leader.
And everybody allows him because it's easier than hearing him whine. Like a diva. But
It's easier than being a leader myself.
if we're holding on to the cask of whiskey, I would like to know so I don't try to add its value into the things that need to be sold.
Well, I said we should keep it around.
Okay, I will put it in the list of things that'll be kept.
Is the magical Rubik's Cube going in the list of things to be sold?
Yes.
No. No, it's left. What about the 4 silver goblets that are embedded with moonstones? I have no appraisal value because I haven't taken them to a place to be appraised yet. Are they being sold though?
Probably. They were not magical.
No,
Are
they were not.
Do we get more money from a full set?
That's the question that I'd have to ask the place that I would take it to, which would probably be the jewelers.
You should probably have somebody with good hindsight so they don't try and lie to you about things.
Yeah.
A good hindsight?
Inside. Same difference.
I knew what you meant.
I mean, not quite.
I knew what he was meaning. Because my insight is shit.
I could just imagine that being a thing in some RPGs. Like, I have amazing skill in hindsight. It's like I immediately realized I fucked up after I did something.
Exactly. All of the dragon stuff, are we selling any of that? Are we keeping it all? I figured the crossbows, scimitars, ropes, and masks, those are going.
Dragon stuff is used for components, I think. You can turn that shit into armor and weapons and other stuff.
At the moment, Droop has he has gotten himself 4 gold pieces, 2 EP, and 4 CP. That can be his cut for the current moment. Just so I can.
And he is probably happy with this.
Yes, and I will also give him the little 2 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot coffer, so I could say, "This is where your stuff goes."
It's more money than he made in 6 months as a goblin.
So he can keep that 2 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot coffer. That's for his stuff.
He would probably try and sleep in it.
He will probably try to sleep in it with his stuff.
Whatever floats his goat.
Right. So, are we keeping the dragon stuff till we can get to a bigger city to find a place that would be willing to buy this? Or make something with it?
Yeah, I believe we're keeping it. We are not selling it right now.
Okay. And the diamonds. What
We
about
need those for magic rituals, I think.
I mean, if you get to a point of someone being able to bring people back from the dead, you need diamonds.
Because 3 diamonds that are valued at 100 gold each. That's written down.
which is basically enough money for one Revivify ritual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we hold on to those.
Okay. The cask of whiskey. The heirloom cube. Diamonds. And dragon stuff. We're keeping all that.
Yes.
Okay. So who has decent insight that wants to go with me to the jewelers? But first stopping at the blacksmith so I can pick up Shine Band for Sesh. To take to the jewelers to get the jewel gemstones set.
Well, if you make a note of that, you and I, Crystal, can take care of that outside of session because I'm thinking of ending it around here.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, Ruin has insight 4, but like Diero could do his inspiring word thing, and I don't know, somebody else probably has better insight.
I can bardic inspiration. Whoever has the best insight.
Honestly,
So I think that was one problem we had, is that almost none of you have decent insight.
Well, yeah, it goes
but
off
it's
fucking wisdom.
But that's also survival, which is also wisdom, which would be Sesh.
Indeed. Serge is probably the best insight of any of you, and Serge probably just basically doesn't care about the social interactions.
Not to mention humans confuse him.
Well, soft skins in general.
Indeed.
But yeah, if you want to make a note of all the items that you're wanting to sell or thinking of selling, and we will take care of that outside of session, Crystal.
Yeah, I got the value on all the other stuff.
I think you've had all kinds of different gemstones and other things as well over time that you've never really found the values of either.
Yeah. Yep.
I think Timo is dying.
I'm dying!
You okay there, man?
That allergic reaction finally hit him.
Don't put that evil on him.
Was that about it?
Think so?
Yeah.
Altor?
I believe so. So the one remaining question is, are we starting Dark Heresy next week?
If everybody's ready for that, I believe so.
Yeah.
Just need you guys to get your token pictures to me, or make your own tokens, and I can put them on the board.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
Neat.
Gotta figure that out too.
I put one on my sheet, one picture. You can probably modify that.
Yeah, I'll find something in the next couple of days.
Indeed.
But maybe?
But yes, if everybody is indeed up for it on next Saturday, we'll play Dark Heresy 2, and you get to plunge into Hive Tarsus to search for a missing inquisitorial agent that vanished during his assignment.
He's dead.
Right. And guess I'll also be catching most of you tomorrow for LFR.
Yay, drug bust.
Indeed, drug busting time.
Yes.
Who are you gonna call? Drug Buster.